Hey fam, welcome back. I'm Desi and this is DezzieLunaTarot. So today we will be doing a reading about what your inner child wants you to know. Firstly, we're going to do a vibe check for each pile whenever we are in each pile, and then we'll go into the messages from your inner child, what they really want you to know, what they've been dying to tell you and communicate to you. And now let's get into the piles. I'm so excited. I picked some childhood movies. Okay, let's introduce the piles to you. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Take as much time as you need to choose your pile. Go with your intuition. What is the first pile that you're drawn to that you really feel like picking? And with that, I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. So you chose SpongeBob. And this is from the SpongeBob movie. Pretty sure I've seen the SpongeBob movie, but I can't remember because there's quite a few SpongeBob movies actually. And they're actually coming out with a Plankton movie this year, which is super exciting. I'm not gonna lie, I really hate the 3D animated looking characters, but I love SpongeBob, so I'm probably gonna see it anyways. But just between you and me, I like the OG animation style of, cartoons and stuff like that. But anyways, so that movie's coming out this year. You might also be excited to go see this movie, and you might be looking forward to that. Alrighty, so for the vibe check, I'm going to be looking into how you've been feeling lately, how you are feeling right now, either or, and if this resonates with you, then welcome to your pile. If it doesn't, then maybe one of the other piles will have some messages for you, or I have plenty of other readings on my channel that you can go check out as well. So we have the gloomy card that came out for how you're feeling right now. So you may be, in a bit of a more gloomy state, a little more sad or depressed or just feeling down. And this may be due to you being sick or having a cold, or maybe just feeling a little sad in general or a little nostalgic for the past. And it seems like you're frustrated about a situation that you're going through or you have been going through. You're frustrated about maybe where you're at in life, or maybe something that has been happening in your personal life or just in general. Maybe something is taking way longer to manifest than you originally thought it was going to take. Spirit is saying don't lose faith on whatever you're trying to manifest. Sometimes things take time because, the universe is really working on getting it to you in a safe way, in a sustainable way. Or maybe, there's some life lessons that we have to go through, or maybe what we're trying to manifest isn't actually what's good for us, and maybe something better is coming along, and it may just be taking a little longer. There are many different reasons something may not be manifesting for us. And sometimes it's the fact that we can't see the future always. We can't always know what's coming. We can't always know the outcome of a situation. And sometimes the universe and our spirit guides are actually sparing us from something that would have happened if we had gone down a certain path or received a certain manifestation. So sometimes the universe and our spirit guides are protecting us through saying no, or saying, wait a little while longer. And then on the back of the deck, we have change. And I feel like you're yearning for a change. You're yearning for something to change in your life, your career, your personal life, your home life, something. You're looking for a positive change. You're looking for hope. You're just looking for something better, something different. Alrighty, so if this sounds like you, then this is your pile, and we're gonna get further into what your inner child really wants you to know. So I'm getting a message through that it is okay to comfort yourself and to watch things that make you happy. So if you like watching SpongeBob, watch SpongeBob. If you enjoy watching My Little Pony or Glitter Force Doki Doki or, you know, Cleopatra in Space or Nickelodeon cartoons, do it. You know, do what makes you happy and what brings you comfort and good feelings, positive feelings. Who cares if, you know, it's not societal norms for an adult to watch cartoons? Who gives a shit? You know, do what you want to do what brings you comfort and makes you happy and puts you in a more positive mood. Because if we're constantly in a negative mood, constantly stressing and worrying, it's gonna make it harder to get through situations and deal with life and stuff like that. And it's just easier to handle things when we're calmer, when we are, you know, more focused on our goals, when we're happier, when our cortisol levels are lowered. So, you know, doing things to help yourself manage any stress or worry is very important. And yes, like exercise and eating as healthy as you can, and, you know, taking care of your body is very important, but also feeding your heart and your soul and your mind with positive things that bring you joy is also important. So that's a very important message that is coming through. If you feel embarrassed for watching something, you don't have to feel embarrassed. And also you don't have to tell anybody that you watch these shows. It doesn't matter. And it's your private time, it's your comfort time, and nobody else needs to know about it. And if anybody does find out or anybody does know and they make fun of you for it, like, you know, they can go F themselves, okay? Because it's not wrong to watch cartoons, it's not wrong to indulge in things that make us happy, that, especially things that are not harmful to us. It's not hurting anybody to watch a fucking cartoon. So watch a cartoon, like, you know what I mean? Sorry, I just like get a little bit heated whenever people are so freaking judgmental, because it's like, okay, obviously you're being so judgmental because you were taught that way, to be that way, or somebody hurt you, or you're, you know, not satisfied because you're not letting yourself do something because you are afraid to or embarrassed to. So don't listen to those people. Oh, so we have a squirrel here. Oh my God. Okay, so I almost put this up here because all of these up here are just like my favorite things that I've loved throughout childhood. I have a little ghosty up here. I have some tooths. I said tooths. Some teeth and crystals and I just love these rocks. They have so much character and personality, and they just feel very satisfying to hold. This is a very like meaty rock. Which sounds stupid, but like it's very hefty and smooth and just like meaty. It's like, you know, very solid. And then candles, and of course dinosaurs. You little these cute little adorable dinos here. And of course some cute stars and a shark's tooth and stuff. But up in this lineup, I almost put this little squirrel. Isn't it so cute? Oh my God, I love this little squirrel so fucking much. He brings me so much joy. Like, and I almost put him up here, but I didn't. So I'm gonna put him up here now because it seems like you like squirrels. So we're gonna let him hang out over here with the little dinos. Or maybe right here. Yeah, we'll put him right here. So yeah, I'm excited to show you this little squirrel, and I'm happy because I feel like pile one, you guys really appreciate these little guys. because this squirrel came out, so I figured, you know, you might appreciate the little squirrel I have. All right, so we have squirrel, preparation, resourcefulness, trickster, lightheartedness. Unicorn, spirit realm, magic, mysticism, fairy tales, dreams, and visions. Oh, that's so beautiful. So, what I'm getting from this is that if you want to reconnect with your dreams, your goals, your ability to manifest things, your magic, because you are magical, then, you know, we need some lightheartedness in your life. You need some fun, some lifting your spirits and good things that make you happy. That's really what I'm getting from this, because with the squirrel, it has trickster on here, and I don't think of that as a bad thing. I'm thinking of like a little prankster, somebody who likes pranking other people or being a little mischievous, nothing harmful, but just like fun loving, like maybe teasing, you know, playing around and just squirrely activities. And so that is one thing that your inner child is asking for you to do, is to give into loving yourself in a carefree way, in a lighthearted way, showing yourself some fun and enjoyment, because life isn't just about working. Life is also about having fun and enjoying your time here. In SpongeBob, it's kind of funny because like SpongeBob is a pretty good example of what I'm talking about, because there's like a few episodes where SpongeBob, like all he does is work, and he's trying to impress other people. He's trying to impress his boss, and you know, it's just not working out. But then in other episodes, you see him like having fun with Patrick and going on adventures and doing fun things and just having a blast. And doing silly things like going jellyfishing and catching the jellyfish in nets and blowing fun bubbles in different shapes. Your inner child is like, stop focusing so much on progressing your status and trying to impress other people and all this stuff. You know, you need to take time for yourself to just enjoy life, have fun. If you're the type of person that only saves up your money and you never spend it, maybe try, you know, treating yourself this weekend and spending a little bit of that money in a way that makes you happy and that doesn't stress you out. Like maybe going out and getting ice cream, or maybe just buying a face mask and coming home, watching a movie with your face mask on and relaxing, or, you know, watching cartoons. I'm having a vision of somebody in their pajamas, the most comfy pajamas they have, sitting in bed or on the couch all day watching cartoons and eating cereal. That is something fun and relaxing that you could try doing. But if you want to reconnect with yourself and manifesting things into your life, your inner child and also your spirit guides are asking for you to balance your work life and your personal life and your emotional needs. You know, because if you only work and you don't take care of yourself and you don't tend to your emotional needs, you get worn down, you get sad, you get depressed over time, you get anxious, you know, you just get tired and exhausted and maybe lose focus on your big goals and your dreams and your plans, because you're like, damn, I have not had a break in a long ass time. Like, it has been a blue moon since I have taken a break. And it's really important that you start having fun and connecting with your inner child, connecting with that carefree side of you and letting loose a little bit in a fun, positive way. I'm not talking about going out and drinking and partying. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing what you have been craving, that brings you joy, positivity, and happiness. I'm also picturing coloring. If you want to, get a freaking coloring book and just start coloring. Doing simple, fun activities can really brighten our mood. Also, going out and bird watching, going out to feed squirrels. There's different places where you can go and like hand feed deer or hand feed squirrels, not because it's a zoo, but just because that park or those areas, the animals are really, used to people feeding them and stuff like that. So there's different places that you can go to interact with animals or even just watch them from afar. And I'm hearing that too. I'm hearing that maybe you're a creative person. Ooh, okay. Rabbit, cautious, luck, fertility, growth, abundance, sensitivity. Yeah, so I'm hearing that you're a creative person. You like to create things. Maybe it's a part of your job, maybe it's a hobby, and also a side job where your creations help bring in a little bit extra money or are just satisfying to do. And Spirit is saying that once you start taking care of your inner child and really taking care of your mental and emotional health as far as balancing work life and personal life and doing fun things for yourself, you will get back into your creative flow. You will get inspiration again. You will be in a happier mood, and creating things and working or just doing day-to-day things will become easier and more satisfying. And with this rabbit, the more we take care of our mind, body, and soul and our emotions, the happier we are and the more lucky we become because we're drawing positive things to us. And also, you know, this talks about fertility and growth. So this whole thing that you've been going through, by actually learning from it and applying what you've learned to your life to bring more of a balance into your life, you're going to see growth, personal growth, and this is going to positively affect you in not only your personal life but also your professional life, in your social life as well, with friends and family and stuff like that. But more so, it's going to have a really big positive effect on you personally. I'm going to see what fun activities that you could possibly do to help give you inspiration on some fun things you can do for yourself. I'm going to use this Happiness Chemicals deck by Georgia Perry, and these are not supposed to be oracle cards or anything. They're just supposed to be fun cards that you can pick for yourself that have different activities on them to help boost your mood. And they're really cool actually, and they explain the different happiness chemicals from your brain and stuff like that, and you know what they do. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we have good carbs. What we know, foods high in carbohydrates allow tryptophan, an amino acid, to enter the brain where it's then converted to lovely, calming serotonin. This may be one of the reasons why foods such as pasta are so addictive. What to do? While mac and cheese is awesome, eating some more complex carbs like apples, sweet potatoes, and carrots can provide a feel-good slow burn. Ooh, I'm getting a loaded sweet potato with cinnamon, brown sugar, and marshmallows in there. Ooh, that sounds so good. If you've never had one, highly recommend. 10 out of 10, do recommend. It's so good. So lately, you may be going for a quick fix, getting McDonald's or eating frozen foods that you heat up in the microwave, like breakfast sandwiches, or maybe you've been eating a lot of bread, a lot of pasta, cookies or something, and your inner child and spirit are both saying start eating some more vegetables and fruits and integrating them into your diet. Start eating a little better, because you're going to start feeling better. You're not going to feel as lethargic and as fatigued, because if we eat too much breads and pastas and stuff like that, it does make us tired. And especially if we're eating, you know, fast food or microwavable food and stuff like that. So cleaning up your eating habits a little bit is going to go a long way. With over time, it's going to give you the energy that you need. Art attack. Oh, that's so funny because we were talking about coloring earlier, so that's fun. What we know. Creating art in any form can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and trigger a release of feel-good dopamine. Not just found in galleries, art can also be writing, photography, or cooking. What to do? It's more about the process of creating rather than the final creation itself. So leave your critical eye at the door and just put pen or pencil or crayon to paper. Even doodling while on the phone can give your brain a little boost. And I'm hearing, do not create for other people to see it. Just create to make it. Just make things to make them, to have fun doing it. It doesn't matter what it looks like, doesn't matter how it turns out, as long as you are enjoying the process, enjoying the journey of whatever you're making. And this could be trying a new recipe. I'm also seeing coloring and painting, and not something that you find stressful, something that you find enjoyable, that's easy to do and fun to do, and not showing anybody afterwards, because it's not for anybody, it's for you. So don't worry about what other people think of your art or how it's going to turn out. Just focus on having fun and relaxing. That is the message that's coming through for this. We also have acts of kindness. What we know, helping others activates regions of the brain associated with pleasure and social connection and gives the brain an endorphin boost. What to do? A flood of endorphins caused by being generous has been coined helper's high. It could be helping a friend move house, donating to your favorite charity, or volunteering for a cause you care about. Also, with this act of kindness, I'm also getting through that it could be for animals. So you could go to an animal shelter and help clean up the animal shelter, or donate some toys or food to the animal shelters. If you have a pet that doesn't use these toys and you've kind of collected a bunch of stuff, take them to the shelter and see if they can use them. Also, if there's food that your animal or your pet doesn't like, or treats they just don't really care for, take them to the shelter. See if the shelter will take them. And I do know that shelters oftentimes will take food that, even if you opened the bag, as long as you reseal it with tape to where it's closed and food isn't spilling out, they will take that, because they're always in need of donations and help. Also, I'm hearing there are different things that you could do, like you could just open the door for somebody. You could help somebody with their groceries. You could walk somebody's dog for them. Like if you have a friend and they are busy that day, you could walk their dog for them. I know that's really random, but that just popped into my head. So on the back of the deck, we also have let the sun in. What we know, humans evolved for thousands of years living in the natural light. Sunlight facilitates the body's production of vitamin D, which in turn increases our dopamine production. Modern life means we spend too much time in artificial light. Spending half an hour in the sun each day, with proper sun protection of course, can increase vitamin D and improve sleep. Oh, I had no idea it improves your sleep. Oh my gosh, fam, I just learned something new. That's so cool. Yeah, if you have an office job or a job where you work from home and you don't get outside a lot, make sure you go outside on your patio, your balcony, in your yard, or walking around your neighborhood or something, standing in front of an open window, use sunscreen, but soaking in that sunlight is going to improve things for you. And let me tell you, this is so true. I mean, sometimes I go through periods of time where I'm just so sad, and then I'll go outside and I'll take a walk and I feel 100 times better. And I'm actually come back and I'm in such a more positive mood than when I left, all because I walked outside, I listened to the birds, I got some sunlight, saw little squirrels running around, and that might be what you really need, is to just take a walk through nature or through your neighborhood or something. Alrighty, to end this reading, we're gonna get a card or two from the Angel Number Messages deck. Okay, so I am focused, 1212. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. That is so beautiful. Wow, that's so cool. That really encompasses a lot of what we've been talking about. And I'm thinking back to the beginning of the reading where I talked about how you may be frustrated about something not manifesting as quickly into your reality. And this is definitely confirmation that spirit guides and your inner child and your higher self and your angels that work with you, they're all saying to keep steady, you know, keep believing in your dream, keep going after your goals, because it is going to come into reality. And even if it takes longer than expected, it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth the effort. Every small action that you make towards reaching your dreams and goals does matter, and it does add up over time. So keep going at it and have faith is what I'm hearing, because everything's going to turn out better than okay. And one day you're going to look back and be like, man, you know, I'm really glad that I stuck to it and that I didn't quit. Alrighty, pile one. So that was your reading. I hope that it resonated with you and that it really helped you, brought you some clarity and messages that you need during this time. If you did enjoy this reading, then please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you feel called, leave a comment. Even if it's a single emoji, it does really help. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. And even if you don't do any of those things, I just really appreciate you taking the time to let me read for you. I can't wait to see you in another video. I love you guys. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was my favorite growing up, and I still absolutely adore Scooby-Doo. And even today, I will watch the Scooby-Doo movies, the live action ones, and they're so good. But it seems like since you chose this pile that you also enjoy Scooby-Doo. Alright, so getting to the vibe check, we're gonna see how you've been feeling lately or how you're feeling right now. And if what I talk about is accurate to you and resonates with you, then this is your pile. If not, then maybe one of the other piles will have messages in there for you, or there are plenty of other readings on my channel that you can go check out as well. Okay, so we have So we have Gloomy and Sorrow that came out, and they both came out reversed. So maybe you were feeling very sad, very gloomy, very even depressed, and you're starting to come out of that. You're starting to feel better. You're starting to turn things around. Things are becoming more positive for you, or you're becoming more optimistic or more positive in general. And maybe this is something that you continue to deal with. You continue to deal with an underlying sadness, but you are trying to resolve it, is what I'm hearing. And it also seems like you do hide this sadness from other people, because what I notice here is that both of these cards are kind of reflections of each other on the face, because we have the little squiggly lines on the outside and then the teardrops on the inside. So maybe to other people you may seem a little worried or stressed, but they don't realize how bad you feel, and you may tend to be more introverted into yourself when it comes to your deeper emotions, how you're feeling. I'm hearing that you don't like feeling like you're a burden to other people. You don't like sharing your emotions all the time with others because it feels like you're burdening them. And your inner child and your spirit guides want you to know that it is perfectly normal and okay to share your feelings with people, especially close loved ones and people that you trust. You're not a burden, pile 2. Your loved ones love you, your spirit guides and your ancestors and your archangels love you. And that is one thing they want to make abundantly clear, is that you are not a burden. You're worthy of love. You are worthy of affection and support. So if you need help with anything, if you need just somebody to talk to, it's okay to reach out to people. I'm getting a message through that you feel like maybe your loved ones never know what to say to you to help you or to make you feel better or to support you or show any kind of signs of like nurturing and love type of deal. And I'm very sorry to hear that. There's two things coming through. One, if you want somebody in your life that is like that, that says the right things, that helps you through different situations, that's supportive emotionally, and they're in tune with their emotions and other people's emotions, you know, ask spirit, ask the universe to lead that person to you, to lead yourself to that person, to invite that person into your life, and they will. And number two, you can always start going to counseling or therapy or somebody that knows how to talk to you or how to listen to you professionally. And I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that because they're like, well, I'm not so messed up that I need to go to therapy. It's not about that. It's not about, oh, I'm broken or I'm messed up, so I need to go to therapy. That's not it at all. Like therapists, counselors, they are there to just help you process your emotions, to help you process things that you've gone through or that you are going through. And if you want to only vent and you don't really want somebody to try to fix your problems or something like that, you can go into therapy and counseling and tell them that. Because a part of counseling and therapy is being honest about what you are there for and what you want out of, you know, talking to that person. Do you want to vent and you just want a sympathetic ear to listen to you and to give you the support you need? Or do you want them to help you work through traumas or work through personal issues or work through family issues? So whatever you tell them, that's what they'll do. And so that's why spirit and your spirit guides and your inner child is saying it's okay to go to therapy and to go to counseling. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean you have a problem. It's just another way for you to get the support that you're craving and that you need, that, you know, the people in your life may not be able to give you because maybe they're not skilled with listening or they're not skilled with saying the right things or saying things that are helpful. Because somebody can love us and we can love them, but maybe they don't fulfill a specific need that we have. And that's okay, because not any one person is going to be able to fulfill all of your needs. So you may have to find different ways to meet your needs, is what I'm hearing. So we also have worn out that came out here, and you may be working a lot, you may be worn out from a situation or a person. You may be at your last straw and like, you know, I just don't really see something being worth it anymore. And Spirit is saying that if you're feeling like worn out constantly all the time and you're thinking about, you know, some things that may be uncomfortable to talk about, like unaliving and stuff like that, it is really good to talk to somebody about it. And to talk to a trusted person that understands you, but, you know, who will just listen to you, that can be very helpful. And by the way, if you tell a therapist, a counselor, or a doctor, or a medical person, they will have to report that, because that's just a legal thing that they have to do. But like there are anonymous lines, like phone calls and lines and stuff like that that you can call. I think there's a crisis line, it's 988. But for whatever reason that you're feeling like this, first of all, it's okay to be feeling like that. You know, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be tired. We all get down and, you know, shit happens. And sometimes life is a motherfucker. And sometimes it's not even our fault. It's just our brain, certain chemicals in our brain doing certain things. And Spirit is saying that you can get the help that you need. You just need to be open to accepting help into your life. Because if you are not open to accepting help, nobody can help you. If you don't want to be helped, nobody can help you. But if you want to help yourself, if you want to get better, if you want to stop feeling like shit all the time, then do something about it. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody. You know, reach out to a loved one, reach out to a counselor, reach out to a helpline. But pile 2, you are worthy of living on this earth. You're worthy of enjoying yourself and being happy, finally being happy. You're worthy of healing. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of love. And no, not everything is your fault. And even if you are looking back at situations, or you're looking back at, you know, maybe mistakes that you made or other people made, or traumas or things that have happened in your life or are happening right now, it is not completely 100% your fault. There are always multiple factors going into everything, and whatever happened to you did not deserve to happen to you. Whatever you're going through, I'm very sorry about whatever you're going through. You don't deserve to be going through such a hard time. And your spirit guides and your inner child have been trying to get through to you, to help raise your mood, to help you get out of this pit that you've been in, because you deserve to live a better life and to enjoy a life. And on the back of the deck, we have fear here. This may be a fear of getting better, or a fear of the unknown. Sometimes we fear being happy, or we fear love, or we fear getting the help we need because it's a change, it's something different, and we have found comfort in the misery. We've found comfort in the hardships and the hard times because we know what to expect, we know what to do. But Spirit is saying that, you know, you need to work through this fear, because once you do, life is going to just really open up for you, and better things are going to happen. You're going to be in a better mood. You're going to just have a better life. And Spirit and your inner child really want that for you. I really want that for you. I want you to have a good life, pile 2. I want you to have a happy life. I want you to love yourself and to love your life and to be happy and enjoy things. And you will get there. Life will get better. You will be happy. You will feel loved and feel love. But, you know, you just have to take one step at a time and start working through this fear of happiness, is what I'm hearing. Alrighty, so if that's what you've been going through, if that is what has been happening, then this is your pile. Welcome, pile 2. And we're going to get further into the messages from your inner child and your spirit guides. So I'm getting a message through that a small action that you can take that's going to really help you, and that's going to start bringing more happiness and positivity into your life, is just a simple thing to do every day. And it is writing 3 things down that you enjoy, that you like, that you're grateful for. And these 3 things can be anything. It could be something as small as, I enjoyed my cup of coffee this morning, or I enjoy the sunlight streaming in through my windows. It could be something else like, I enjoy my pet, I'm grateful for my pet, they're always there for me, and I love playing with them every day and cuddling with them and giving them treats. It could be something like, I'm grateful for the cookie that I had. It was really delicious and brightened my mood. But writing 3 things down that you're grateful for, that you enjoy, is really important. Your spirit guides and your inner child, they really need you to do this. They really want you to do this. And it could be any time of the day, just doing it at least 1 time a day and writing at least 3 things down. Okay? That is really important, and they really need you to do this. It is such a small, simple action, but it's going to help you over time. So, alrighty. So we have the Wasp, take action, hard work, new beginnings, evolution. So the wasp is coming out to say that it is going to take some work to improve whatever situation is going on, but it's going to be work it. I said work it. I'm just hearing work it, work it, work it, work it. What is that from? What movie or animation is that from? I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of Madagascar. Like, I like to move it, move it, move it. Sorry. So it's gonna be worth it putting in this hard work, taking action towards helping yourself. It's gonna be worth it, like a billion times worth it. And you're gonna see an evolution of yourself in such a positive way. It's gonna be just so beautiful. I'm feeling like, well, first of all, you might want to watch Madagascar because it might brighten your mood. I'm hearing, watch things that make you laugh, that make you happy. That's gonna help you through these times because you need a little bit of lightheartedness and happiness in your life. And to go outside and feel the sun on your skin, to maybe take a walk and see if it brightens your mood, helps you in some way. But doing things to help you brighten your mood and taking action towards helping yourself is going to be very beneficial, and it's going to help you. So we also have the grasshopper, good luck, leap of faith, achievement, intuition. Wow, that's beautiful. So yeah, just do what your heart desires. Do what brings you happiness. Follow your intuition with, what will spark joy, and support you and show love to yourself and your inner child, whether it's coloring, watching a favorite movie or cartoon, eating a favorite snack, or going on a walk, feeding squirrels, petting animals, playing certain games, or something like that. And the more happiness you bring into your life, the more good luck you're going to attract to yourself. And also, I'm hearing that doing small things and accomplishing small things will help you with a sense of achievement, and it'll help you over time, because when we do small actions and we complete small tasks, it gives us confidence that we can start completing bigger tasks and then bigger things and bigger projects. And it helps build our confidence over time to help us believe in ourselves, to help us really believe in whatever we're working towards or whatever we're doing. So that would also be helpful. And I'm also feeling called to share my experiences. So I used to have a problem with wanting to unalive all that stuff. And I went through a really hard time. There were some family members that died, and I hated where I worked. The people I worked with hated me, I hated them, I hated where I lived, and all of this stuff was happening at the same time. And so it was really compounding, and it was really hard, honestly, because I just didn't enjoy where I was at in life. But I knew that I needed to get some help because I started having those thoughts, right? But I couldn't necessarily tell doctors or people or anything like that, because they would send me to whatever it's called, like a place where you can't harm yourself, where they take away anything sharp or any string and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, man, I don't want to go there because that's just going to make it worse. But I really do need help. I want to get better. I want to stop being so sad and miserable all the time. And I know that things are going to get better in the future. I just need to get through this. And that mindset really helped me, is knowing that, one, the only thing constant in life is change. And statistically speaking, if you're going through a bad time, you're bound to eventually get through that bad time and go through a better time. So I just held on to that way of thinking, and I sought out help. I went onto YouTube and I looked up, self-help therapies. I got self-help books. I got a therapist that I enjoyed and that was really helpful. And I went to therapy for over 2 years. At first, it was really hard, and there were some bumps in the road until finally my therapist was like, I don't know if I'm the right therapist for you because you just are resistant to everything I say or suggest. And I was like, no, please don't give up on me because it's not you. It's just I'm frustrated in general, but I will do my best. I will try. And after that, everything clicked into place, and my therapist and I worked out a plan for me, and it really helped because she saw that I wanted help and I wasn't just in therapy for like to check off a box for work or something like that because of anxiety or whatever. I was there because I genuinely wanted help. And so then she was really able to help me because I wanted the help. And it took a while to find the right therapist too. I went through 4 therapists before her before I finally found the one that was really good and that could help me and that I communicated well with. She communicated well with me, and you know, we also vibed. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes you gotta vibe with your therapist and be on the same page with things. Because if, you know, it's like trying on a pair of shoes. Not every pair of shoes is going to meet your needs and be comfortable. It may take trying on a couple pair to find the perfect pair of shoes. So I needed a pair of running shoes, and the first 4 pairs I tried on were flats and heels, which is silly to say, but that's the easiest metaphor I can think of. So yeah, I went to therapy, and of course she would ask me, are you feeling like you're having any unaliving thoughts and stuff like that? I would say no, because otherwise she would have to report me, right? But I was honest with everything else, with telling her, you know, all the things that I'm going through. Like, I was honest with hating my life, basically. And she was able to give me the tools I needed to get through the situation and to also support myself and to start helping myself to where I was even open to being happier. Because sometimes, you know, when we're going through a hard situation, it's painful to be happy, which sounds weird to say, but it's like sometimes when you let yourself start feeling it, it's, you know, painful, but it is worth going through the pain to get to the happiness, because I can confidently tell you today that I have not had those thoughts in a very, very long time. And I'm in a better mood, I'm in a happier place in life, and because of therapy, I was able to take the steps I needed to take to change my life, to better my life, and to put myself in a better position where I'm happier, I'm healthier, I'm doing better. And part of that journey was doing therapeutic things like mindfulness techniques and grounding techniques and journaling. And then another part of that journey was taking medications, because I have ADHD and I also had depression and anxiety and PTSD. I know, I have like half the alphabet. But, you know, taking medication was a necessity for me. I had gone through a bunch of steps before that to try to see if I could do it without medication, and it wasn't working until I finally, you know, decided to try it. And medication works for me. I know that not everybody is for medication, and that's perfectly okay, but what I'm saying is that don't let other people's judgments cloud your decision making and influence what you think is right to do for yourself. If you need to go to therapy or you need to go to counseling or talk to somebody, do it. If you need to take medications, do it. The judgments of others should not prevent you from helping yourself in the best way that you can help yourself. So that is what spirit and, you know, your inner child and your spirit guides are wanting to get across to you, is that do what you can to help yourself. Fuck all the drama, fuck all the judgments from other people in society. Do what works for you, as long as you're not harming yourself or other people, right? But do what works for you, do what makes you happy, Do what helps you and is good for your mental health and your well-being. So if that means cutting some people off because they're toxic as fuck, do it. If that means taking medications to help your brain regulate itself, do it. If that means going on walks and getting into a healthy routine of exercise and, eating better, do it. If that means watching your favorite cartoons and TV shows and movies, do it. Whatever it is that brings you happiness, that boosts your mood, that helps you through these hard times, as long as it's not harmful to you or other people, do it. Pile 2. So that is very important. And sorry that my story was long-winded, but I felt really called to share it with you, to show you that there are positive outcomes. There are positive things, there's hope and happiness. You just gotta take it one step at a time and everything's gonna be okay. Sorry I laughed. Do you have a turkey that came out? And I'm just thinking about this video where this person starts gobbling and then all the turkeys start gobbling. Oh man, if I can find it, I'll put the clip in because it's so great. But the turkey, it's oh god. Okay, all right, sorry. So the turkey says abundance, blessings, gratitude, sacrifice, giving, and receiving. So that is so beautiful because we were talking about, writing down 3 things you're grateful for, and that is a game changer. Pile 2. This is confirmation of spirit and your inner child saying that that is something that is going to help you, that is going to help you over time, because when we get on the frequency of gratitude, it starts changing how we look at the world, how we look at ourselves and our surroundings. We start to become more positive over time, and it helps rewire our brain, like actual factual scientific, facts coming through here. Writing down things you're grateful for every day will help to rewire your brain to see things in a more positive way, to be able to spot the positive things in your life, and you'll notice more positive things. And that is because our brains are naturally negative biased for evolution reasons and all this other stuff. And it was originally for protection for people. Our brains developed like that so we were aware of our surroundings in the wild, and if we thought that rock behind a tree was a panther and not a rock, then it's a safer outcome than if we think it's a rock, instead it ends up being a panther and attacks us. So that was the original evolution backstory to why our brains are negative biased. But in this day and age, it doesn't always help us. And so it helps us more to have a positive outlook, to look for the positive things, to help boost our mood, to help lower cortisol levels and manage stress, and just help us in general. So that's why writing down the 3 things is going to help you over time, because it's going to rewire your brain. We also have coyote, survival, trickster, ingenuity, cunning, playful, stealth, wisdom. So through this journey you're going through, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom, and Spirit is asking you to start doing things to help yourself. And through helping yourself, you're going to gain wisdom that is going to be lifelong wisdom. Also bringing to attention that life is not just about survival, but it's also about the beautiful things too. So if you notice in these 2 pictures, this is like desolate looking and this is very bright. You may be in a mindset right now where things are looking a little desolate. Things are looking a little, you're in survival mode. But Spirit is saying you don't have to be that way anymore. And in fact, it's going to benefit you to start trying to rewire your brain, do things to support you, do things to help you, and to help yourself, to make the decision to help yourself. Because if you don't make the decision to help yourself, you're just going to be stuck in this survival mode, and things aren't going to be as satisfying, things aren't going to be as bright. And they want you to have a full, satisfying, beautiful, bright life. And they want you to start looking forward to blessings and miracles and gifts that are coming your way, and to receiving more abundance into your life. I'm also hearing that, they also want you to start being more playful, doing things that bring you happiness. We have Bat here, supernatural powers, rebirth, underworld, letting go of the old. Yeah, so your inner child and your spirit guides are really encouraging you to let go of the fear holding you back, to let go of things that could be holding you back from getting better. And you will go through a rebirth period. You will see things changing in your life for the better. Yeah. Yes, literally what I just said. So we have elephant here, good luck, prosperity, nobility, protection, leadership. So your spirit guides are protecting you along this journey. But if you let go of the old and you go through this transformation of helping yourself, receiving help into your life, receiving positive things into your life, you will notice that you will attract good luck, you will attract prosperity, and you will attract good things into your life, and you will notice a positive overall change once you start to do these things. And your spirit guides are with you along the way. They are helping you with this entire transition, with this journey, and maybe it has something to do with your childhood, because you're in a reading about your inner child, and our inner child not only wants us to have fun, to do things for ourselves that make us happy, but also they may be telling us messages of like, hey, when we were growing up, maybe things weren't so peachy keen, maybe it wasn't as good as we thought it was, or maybe things weren't as normal as we thought it was, and maybe there are some things there that you need to work through and let go to help yourself, is what I'm hearing. But either way, working through this fear of getting better, of being happy, of unconditional love, and accepting those positive things into your life and healing, helping yourself, you're going to see a positive change. And it's going to be a positive change that you can take with you for the rest of your life, that's going to help you. That is so crazy. Oh my goodness. So we have the Luna Moth, seeking the light, truth, knowledge, new beginnings, renewal, soul transformation. Wow, that is so beautiful. What did I say? You're going through such a transformation right now, Pile 2, and your spirit guides are all for it. They're here for you, and they're with you along the journey. And so is your inner child, so are the archangels and ancestors. They are walking by you, supporting you, they're here for you. Ask and you shall receive. If you need help, if you need help to help yourself, ask them. Ask them to help give you the courage, to help give you the bravery that you need, the strength you need to get through this time, to start taking steps to help yourself. Wow, that is so beautiful. Wow, that is just, sorry, I feel like crying. Because every one of these cards that came out for you has the word love on it. So we have Penguin, dignity, unique, resilience, adaptability, partnership, parental love. Starfish, infinite, divine love, guidance, vigilance, hope, inspiration. Ladybug, luck, love, good fortune, healing, protection, positive omen. Oh, sorry, this is the only card out of freaking 5 cards that came out that doesn't have love on it, but it has leopard, royalty, confidence, restraint, dignity, power, elusiveness. Black swan, gracefulness, love, shadow self, devotion, divine, unique. Wow, that is so beautiful, pile 2. 4 of the 5 cards that came out talking about love, you know, your spirit guides love you so very much, and your inner child is wanting love. You inside are wanting love, and your spirit guides are wanting you to show yourself love. They're wanting you to work on loving yourself unconditionally, accepting yourself, all your bumps, bruises, and blemishes and all, and to start working on showing yourself love. And your ancestors love you so very much. I mean, that's actually wild that 4 of the 5 cards have love on them, because none of the other cards here have the word love, yet 4 of these cards came out in a row, all in one pile, talking about love. So that is your spirit guides reaching out, saying that they love you and they want you to help yourself, to enjoy this life, to send love to yourself, to show yourself love. And I just can't express how much they love you and how much they are supporting you and how much they want to help you. But you have to let them help you. They can't just, force you to do things. You know what I mean? So they are really saying that they stand by you, that they're here for you, and that they love you. From the Inner Child Guidance deck, these 2 cards popped out. It's okay to be misunderstood. We all experience life through our personal lens of fears, desires, and pains, which can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. If you're currently in this situation, remember that being misunderstood is not a reflection of your worth, but a result of being human. You are complete, regardless of how others perceive you, and you are worthy of love and affection and support, regardless of how others see you, pile 2. Be still. To stay needlessly busy is to stay distracted, something that can help us survive our pains and troubles, but does nothing to heal them. Though it may seem daunting, take time to be still. Relax and let your senses rest, putting away all sources of stimulus. Let the silence envelop you and let yourself just be. So meditation and journaling are coming to mind here, and writing down just what pops up during the silence. This can be very therapeutic and help you get to the source of some pains that may be, weighing down on you. And if you're scared of being still with yourself, you can always ask your spirit guides and your higher self and your archangels and your ancestors to be with you during that time and to help you through that time and to help you process any emotions that come up as well. Oh, you are wanted, pile 2. The fear of abandonment can be a driving force in our lives. If we felt unwanted as a child, we can continue these patterns into adulthood through compulsively seeking or rejecting the attention of others. Take time to journal about what abandonment and rejection mean to you. How can you show your inner child today that they are wanted? Oh, that is so beautiful. You are wanted, pile 2. You are loved. You are wanted on this earth. You deserve to have a happy life and to be here on this earth. The earth and everybody on it are better with you here. And your spirit guides love you so very much, and you really are wanted. And they're asking you to show yourself that you're wanted through acts of kindness, through acts of love. And maybe your inner child is feeling rejected for some reason or unwanted, which may be why you are in pain right now or have been going through a hard time and really sad. And showing yourself love is going to help with that. It's going to help you to start receiving love into your life, to start helping yourself, to start showing yourself the love that you deserve. From the Starseed Oracle deck popped out these 3 cards. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. The seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. All of these cards are asking you to look a little deeper, to dive a little deeper, to help yourself. Because when you get to the source of the problem here, you will be able to take steps to help yourself, to help heal, to move forward, and to really just work through the emotions and let them go. Because if we don't uncover what's bothering us, we can never address it. We can address the symptoms, but the problem isn't going to go away until we face it. And your inner child is asking you to start facing this head on, to start taking steps to uncovering what has been bothering you, to start journaling, sitting with yourself, asking yourself why you feel sad, why you feel unwanted, why you feel just like a burden or just depressed or whatever it is, because it's important that you get to the root of the issue so you can start actually healing, is what I'm hearing. Alrighty, to wind down this reading, I'm going to get some cards from the Angel Number Messages deck. Also, to get to the root of the issue, I'm hearing that you can do journaling, you can do meditation, guided meditation, you could go on a spiritual retreat, you could start going to therapy and counseling, you could maybe look up a self-help book that involves using mindfulness techniques and journaling and like activities that you do to help yourself. Okay, so we have 4-4, I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. Don't give up on healing, don't give up on helping yourself, don't give up on your dreams, because your spirit guides and the angels are supporting you. They're here for you, they love you, and everything is going to work out for the best. I am diplomatic. Number 2, you have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. So this is Spirit highlighting your talents. This is your inner child highlighting your talents, and if you can, start to use these talents on yourself as well. Maybe trying to look at things from a different perspective as far as what's going on in your life will help you. And it might bring to light things that need to be brought to light. 17, I am independent. The quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You're as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. You have the abilities and the talents and the skills to achieve your dreams. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't lose focus, don't lose hope. You've got this pile too. And if you need guidance on anything, just reach out to your spirit guides, do some research, and they will help you. 14, I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. You seem like a very strategic person, and like you're cautious, you think things through, and you're also very intelligent and smart and capable, pile 2. Literally anything that you put your mind to, you can do it, you can accomplish it. Keep going, keep doing what you believe in, keep going after your goals and your dreams, and things will work out, things will get better. Your spirit guides are supporting you along the way, and they're helping you, and all you need to do is ask them for help and receive that help into your life, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep at it, because things are going to work out for the better. Alrighty, pile 2, so that was your reading. I hope it resonated with you and helped you in some way. If it did, then please hit that subscribe button. And if you feel called to do so, leave a comment down below. Any small action you take really does help this channel grow and supports this channel. And if you don't do any of those things, then just thank you for being here and letting me read for you and listening to this reading. I do greatly appreciate it. I love reading for you guys and I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to read for you again in another video. I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. Alrighty, love you, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose Shrek, which I love the Shrek movies. They're so good and so hilarious. I remember when this was new and it came out in theaters. This was such a awesome thing. It was just wild when it first came out in theaters because there had been nothing else like it. And I, for one, really liked how it played on the different tropes of fairy tale movies. Like, for example, in the first movie, there was a scene of Lord Farquaad trying to choose which princess he wanted, and it was a whole sort of like bachelorette type of scene with the magic mirror. And also the fact that Fiona, you have the stereotypical like hourglass baddie that fairy tales and social media and just societal expectations think of when they think of a beautiful woman. And then you have the other side of her where it's the complete opposite. But I love in the movie how it emphasizes that she still is beautiful to Shrek and to herself, just being her true authentic self, which is the ogre part of her. And so that is a really beautiful message, just staying true to yourself. And there were just a lot of funny moments in this movie and throughout the franchise that are so golden. And also Shrek himself, I like how he also breaks societal norms of you don't have to fit into society to be able to have a beautiful life and to have everything work out for you in the end, because in the end he ends up being surrounded by friends and family that he loves and building a really beautiful life for himself. And so does Fiona. And plus, Donkey is just so great. I love Donkey so freaking much. Plus Puss in Boots, there are just so many amazing characters from the Shrek franchise. So you chose this pile, so I'm assuming that either you really vibe with all the Shrek memes and you may find them hilarious, and or you just really like the original movies and you watched them as an adult or as a kid growing up and you just really liked them. So for the vibe check today, I'm going to be seeing how you have been feeling lately or are feeling right now. And if it resonates with you, then welcome to your reading, pile 3. But if it doesn't, then maybe one of the other piles you will resonate with better. And if not, I have plenty of other readings on my channel that you can go and check out. So immediately I'm feeling a sense of disconnect, because usually when I start a reading, I just am in the flow right away. I don't have to do a meditation beforehand or anything like that. But with your pile, I did have to sit here and sort of meditate for a few minutes. And that was unusual because normally I connect right away with the viewers of each pile and the spirit guides of each pile and whatnot, or in this case, the inner child of your pile. But it was different, which indicates to me that you somewhere in your life are feeling a disconnect, whether it is with yourself, with your desires and your true passions in life. Maybe you have lost sight of a passion or desire or dream that you once had. Maybe you are feeling disconnected in the fact that maybe you are following in the footsteps of what other people expect you to do instead of doing what you truly want to do and that you would enjoy doing. Or it could be that you're feeling a disconnect from loved ones or your emotions or even your inner child. Maybe you have sort of disconnected from your inner child because maybe you were taught that enjoying things that you used to enjoy in your childhood is considered childish or not mature or something like that. So maybe you have disconnected slowly over the years from your inner child because you thought it was the right thing to do. Oh wow, so we have worry, gratitude, and anxiety, all that came out in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have reflection. So it seems that you have been really trying to work through any worries, doubts, fears, and anxieties you have through practices of gratitude, because usually practicing gratitude over time can help us. It can help rewire our brains to be on the lookout for more positive things and think more positively, notice positive things in our life more often. But what I'm hearing here is that either one, maybe you are forcing yourself to pretend to be grateful for things even though you don't feel that way, or two, you are genuinely grateful for different things in your life, but it's still not helping you. And this may be because you are not where you want to be in life right now, or you are not living the life that you actually want to live. And it's causing a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of stress. I'm hearing a lot of stress. And on the back of the deck, we have reflection here. And you've been thinking about, well, I have been trying to address my anxiety, address my stress and worry, but nothing is working. And you're kind of at a loss right now because you're like, the level of stress, worry, and anxiety never used to be this bad. It never used to be at this heightened level that it is right now, to where I can barely just get through the day without feeling really anxious. And it may be taking a toll on your health as well. You may be experiencing brain fog, heart palpitations, headaches, shortness of breath. You may be getting more anxiety attacks or panic attacks, and sometimes just have to like hide away in a bathroom or in your car and breathe through the anxiety or the worry or the panic that bubbles up at random times. And you may be experiencing these symptoms or panic attacks or anxiety attacks at random unexpected times, to where it is starting to affect your life and your work and interrupt your everyday life or interrupt you at work. And it may be raising the eyebrows of your coworkers to where they're like, hey, are you okay? And you're thinking, dang, if other people are noticing and I'm not even able to hide it anymore, then it's gotten pretty bad. And that may be why you are looking for answers and you clicked on this video, is to, one, maybe you're like, oh, maybe messages from my inner child will help calm me down. Maybe looking into something will help me figure this out. And your inner child and your spirit guides are really glad that you're here in this reading, because they do want to help you. They do want to reveal to you the true cause of what is going on, the true underlying problems that are going on, and they want to help you reveal to yourself what those are. So if this feels like what you've been going through, what you've been experiencing or are experiencing right now, then welcome, Pile 3. This is your reading, and we are going to get further into the messages from your inner child. So we have Cat: independence, intelligence, rebirth, resurrection, spirituality, curiosity. Turtle: oh, that's so weird. Okay, so you don't you may not know this, but this deck, the cards can either be horizontal or vertical. And we got 3 vertical cards at once, which is really cool and interesting. So, because I think there are more horizontal cards in this deck than there are vertical cards. So that's interesting. Okay, turtle, longevity, tranquility, perseverance, retreat, slow down. Scarab, beetle, consistency, clairvoyance, material realm, renewal, adaptability. So immediately, really quick about the verticalness of these cards, that reminds me of concentrating on one specific thing and becoming really good at one specific thing, and maybe doing something, going after a career, a job, a lifestyle that your parents, your guardians, or whoever was a parental figure for you growing up really wanted you to do. And like maybe they really encouraged you to be a doctor or a lawyer or an artist or an athlete or something like that. And so that's what you really put your time and energy into and focused on, and only focused on that thing, becoming whatever that thing is, to get the approval of, to impress your guardians, or even earn their love. And so maybe you threw to the wayside all the hobbies and passions and desires that you were interested, that you still are interested, and you kind of like push them away or put them on the back burner to focus solely on achieving or doing or becoming whatever it is that they wanted you to do, achieve, or become. And this could be to impress them because they told you to do that, whatever it was, or it could be to raise the status of your family. It could be to impress family and friends, but maybe you don't necessarily super love whatever you're doing or your life, but you just are like, it is what it is, that's what it's become. It could even be where maybe your parents or something didn't outright tell you, you have to do these things or become this thing, but you just noticed a pattern where if you were your true self around them, they would ignore you or not praise you for your achievements, or kind of be dismissive about things, or not give you the love and affection and attention you deserved either way. But if you did the things that were acceptable to them, you got more praise, you got more attention, you got more love and affection and support for whatever that was. So maybe you naturally just started doing things for their approval, because when we're growing up and we're living with certain people, we're going to do what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel included, what makes us feel loved. And if that is betraying our own beliefs, boundaries, passions, desires, who we are, in order to be closer to loved ones and be accepted by them, be loved by them, and especially if that sort of cycle is very encouraged, either intentionally or unintentionally in the household, a lot of times children will do that because they don't know any better. And they're like, I just want my mommy or daddy or auntie or uncle or whatever to love me. I just want these people who are my family to love me and accept me and treat me just as good as they treat my sister or my brother or my cousins or something like that. And so it's natural for kids to do that. It's a form of survival. It's a survival mechanism. And so that's something maybe that you had to do growing up. Yeah, so we have adaptability here and material realm on this card. And I was thinking, when I looked at this beetle, I was just thinking about the fact that this beetle isn't actually the color blue, even though it looks like it's the color blue. That is just the light reflecting off its exoskeleton, making it look blue. But in actuality, it's not blue. And so that's kind of like what the vibe that I'm getting here is, that you don't actually resonate with whatever you're doing in life right now, but you've had to live with this facade. You've had to do these things in order to get the support and love that you needed, or to continue being accepted in your family, or have the approval in your family. And maybe the thought of losing their approval is terrifying to you. Because what's interesting is the progression of these cards. So we go from talking about the material realm and adaptability, but it does mention renewal on this card. And you are in a period of trying to solve whatever's happening to you, trying to get through this, and it is leading you down a path of renewal. And we have the cat, which is independence, rebirth, spirituality, resurrection. Your spirit guides are helping you resurrect your inner child to get to know yourself better, to get to know yourself again, so that you can independently explore your passions, your interests, your hobbies again, to see what your true authentic self is again. Because maybe you have done this chameleon act for so long that you have forgotten what you truly like, who you truly are. You know, what matters most to you? What are your beliefs? What are your dreams? What do you want in this life? Maybe you've forgotten those things, or you just can't remember them because you shoved them so deep down inside of you and camouflaged them to fit in. So your spirit guides are helping you reconnect with your inner child. And your inner child is wanting to come through, but it's like there's a resistance there to connect with your inner child. Not because your inner child did anything wrong, but because your inner child was not accepted growing up. You as a child were not accepted for your true authentic self growing up. You had to change to be more accepted. But now in this reading, your spirit guides are trying to help you reconnect with your inner child and to not be afraid of being independent and getting to know yourself independently. And if you have to, being more independent and not relying on the validation and the approval of your family members or your community and your loved ones. And this is going to bring about a rebirth. This is going to basically, if you decide to go down this path and you decide to listen to your spirit guides and take their advice and heal, get to know yourself, and really start living your true authentic life, you are going to see a complete transformation from anxiety, worry, and stress into tranquility and peace and a beautiful life that you've always wanted to live. I mean, look at this card. Isn't it so beautiful? Look at this just gorgeous water. And this turtle is just swimming along, carefree. I love this. And it's slow down, retreat, perseverance, tranquility, longevity. So the changes that you are going to experience, the healing that you are going to go through is going to affect you positively for the long term. And it's going to have a positive long-term effect on your entire life. And you are going to see a drastic change that's going to bring about peace, tranquility, prosperity, and beautiful things into your life if you decide to go down this path. And on the eagle, we have spirit realm, elevation, bigger picture, rising above earthly matters. And this reminds me of seeing the bigger picture of things, of your spirit guides and your inner child helping you realize that the deeper meaning to your anxiety and your worries and your stress lately, it's because you're living a life that you don't truly resonate with. And it's painful, because if we do something that we really don't enjoy, that we don't resonate with, that we're not meant to be doing, that has nothing to do with our desires and passions, interests, or anything, and if we just don't enjoy really any part of our life and we're just doing it to impress other people, it is going to be painful. It is going to eventually get to us, and you have been feeling those effects. I'm just cutting the deck to reshuffle, and another thing popped out of slow down. So your spirit guides and your inner child want you to slow down, because the only way that you are going to make any progress is by taking things one step at a time. You're not going to be able to heal overnight. That's impossible for anybody. You can't just heal overnight, and you can't just fix all your problems and worries and things just like that overnight. It takes time. It takes consistency. Oh, that's funny. Consistency. This card says consistency on it. You will see progress through consistency, through taking one small step at a time over time. So we also have Starfish, infinite divine love, guidance, vigilance, hope, inspiration. Sea otter, inner joy, love, faithfulness, sharing, tribe, caring. So that's so beautiful. And also another vertical card coming out here. So that's interesting just in itself. But what's really cool is that we go from a bunch of vertical cards to a horizontal card. And this just reminds me of you branching out more and really just doing things that you enjoy. Because sea otters, if you didn't know, they're very playful creatures. They love playing, they love stimulating their little brains, and they also, it's so cute, they hold hands to keep from drifting away from each other, which I think is so adorable. And throughout your journey, you are going to be divinely guided. You are going to be protected. You're here for a reason. Thank you for being here in this reading and just trying. You know, that's really what your spirit guides and inner child need you to do right now, is to just try. And you're doing a beautiful job of it. You're doing a great job. And once you start getting to know yourself better, reconnecting with yourself, you are going to notice more joy pop up into your life. You're going to notice more satisfaction and happiness. And that is because you're connecting with your true passions, your desires, and also a message that don't take this process too seriously. And what I mean by that is don't stress yourself out about it. Things will happen in divine timing. Healing is not a race, it's a journey. And so everybody does it at their own pace, at their own time, on their own timing, and that's just fine. You know, not everybody heals and figures things out at the same pace. And so your inner child and your spirit guides just want you to go about this in a more relaxed way, a consistent way. So be consistent over time, right? Continue to get to know yourself over time, but don't be so uptight about it. Have fun, let loose, connect with your more lighthearted side. Try to find lighthearted moments to express yourself, to enjoy doing things. I'm thinking of coloring. I'm thinking of going for a walk. I'm thinking of playing with puppies and singing, dancing in your house, whether you are dancing in a professional manner or being goofy and silly with it, it doesn't matter. And just doing things that you have always wanted to do, but maybe you've been embarrassed about, or other people have told you, oh, that's babyish, that's such a childish thing to do. When in reality, it's not really. I mean, like coloring, for example, they freaking make adult coloring books because as adults we still like to color, and it's not bad to color things. So go buy a coloring book, whether it's a kid's one, a young adult, or an adult coloring book. They make all kinds. They even make Harry Potter coloring books and Shrek coloring books. So do what you want, do what you enjoy, and through doing the things you enjoy or that you think you would enjoy, and trying new things as well, you will get to know yourself better. And also, I meant to mention this earlier, but once you start connecting with your true authentic self and with your inner child and actually expressing yourself authentically, as long as you're not harming anyone or yourself, like for example, like don't go like punching people or something. That's a silly example. But if you like fighting, there is a healthier way to do that than just picking fights with people on the street and punching them in the face. You can become a part of MMA. You could play video games and take out any aggression in video games. But there are workarounds. And also, I don't mean don't harm other people, as in if they don't approve and they say, oh, you, like, I can't believe you're doing this. This is just not like you, blah, blah, blah. You are just embarrassing us. That is not an example of hurting other people, because if they can't accept who you truly are and your true authentic self, they can screw off and their opinion doesn't matter. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, don't abuse yourself and don't abuse other people. That's what I'm talking about when I say be your true authentic self, but don't hurt yourself or others in the process of doing that. So anyways, but once you are being true to yourself, you will find your tribe, because I love how it has tribe on here. Because sea otters are very social creatures, so maybe you are a very social person. Maybe you love social interactions. You are very much a people person, and maybe that's why it's also been really hard to start this journey of healing, because if you feel like if you do, you're going to become isolated, ostracized, and not make any friends and lose all the friends you have, or lose your family members and things like that. But Spirit is saying that not to worry about that, because even if some people end up leaving your life throughout this healing journey, that just means they were never really real friends or loved you unconditionally in the first place, because they only approved of a fake version of yourself. So those people aren't worth having in your life, and their absence is going to make room for genuine, amazing people that you're going to really connect with, that you're going to have a way better, healthier, happier relationship with, and who are accepting of you and who you truly are. And it's going to feel so freeing, and it is going to feel so nice and amazing once you connect with somebody that truly loves and accepts you for who you are. That is a feeling unmatched to any other sort of relationship, is one of true acceptance and unconditional love. So don't worry about losing friends or losing contact with people, because you are taken care of, you are loved, and you are divinely protected throughout this entire process. Puma, instincts, power, vitality, fierce, protective, stealth. So your spirit guides, they are like this puma. They are fiercely protective of you. And actually, I did read that wrong. It says fiercely protective, not fierce and protective. So yeah, your spirit guides are fiercely protective of you. So they have your back. No need to worry. No need to fear what's going to happen, even though that's easier said than done, because humans are naturally more fearful of the unknown, but they have your back. And if you need the courage, the strength, the bravery to start this journey, or to continue this journey of healing, reach out to your spirit guides and ask them for support. Ask them to give you the strength, the courage, the bravery to do this, and they will. They have your back. Ask and you shall receive. So never forget that. And they love you so very much. Also, for some reason, I'm feeling really called to introduce to you some of your spirit guides, which is interesting because I didn't do that for any other pile. But even when I was setting all this up, I felt really called to pull out decks of cards that I hadn't used in the other piles. And these decks of cards were all about like introducing people to their spirit guides. They're usually the cards that I use to do that. So this is making sense now. And sometimes also that is a good example. Sometimes we may not know why we should do something in the moment, but then it makes sense later. And that's our intuition telling us, giving us messages that either our subconscious is aware of, or our spirit guides are aware of, or our inner child, our higher self, our archangels, whatever it is, divine guidance that is trying to guide us down the right path and help us along our way. So don't forget to follow your intuition, practice connecting with your intuition, and you can do this through meditations, through practice videos on YouTube of connecting to your intuition. And a good way to practice connecting with your intuition is in pick a card readings like this, intuitively picking a pile. And if you pick a pile and it resonates with you, good job, you followed your intuition. If you pick a pile and it doesn't really resonate with you at all, then note down what you were feeling, what you were thinking when you were trying to pick the piles. Did you pick it based off of something that you thought was your intuition, but it really isn't? And once you kind of catalog those feelings over time, you will start to narrow down your intuition. And a good thing to go by is that your intuition is more of a knowing, and it is a whisper, and anxiety screams, it worries, it is fretting and thinking fast and excessively trying to come up with all the different angles and possibilities of an outcome. Whereas intuition is more of a grounded, deep knowing sensation, and it's a little quieter than anxiety. So anyways, I'm going to introduce you to your spirit guides. Also, this might be a really cool deck to look into. I didn't even notice this, and I've had this for a long time, but it says Know Thyself on it. And it's Oracle of Delphi by Suzy Cerub. So if you want to screenshot this, you can. But that might be an interesting deck to look into, and I might pull a card from here. Also, when I say I'm going to introduce you to your spirit guides, this is for a lot of different people. So if I mention a being or an archangel that you don't resonate with, then that's not one of your spirit guides. If I mention an archangel or a being that you connect with, that you resonate with, or that you seem really drawn to, then that is probably one of your spirit guides. And by the way, we can have lots of different spirit guides on our spiritual team. Spirit guides are basically divine beings that help guide us throughout our life. And some spirit guides are on our spiritual team for a short time, and some are there for the long haul throughout our entire life. So it just depends. Aww. So 2 of the spirit guides that popped out for you are really powerful. They are very powerful, and they are fierce protectors. So the first one is Archangel Gabriel. It says safe to be seen. Oh, that is so beautiful. That is basically the whole point of this reading, is you feeling safe enough to be yourself. That is really cool. And then the second one that came out is a freaking goddess. It's the goddess Ishtar and Astrophyllite. I'm not sure if I pronounced that, but it says daring rebirth. I am so shocked right now. That is so wild. And the numbers on the bottom are 444, 888. I love how the 888 is divisible by 444. And I love how these perfectly tie into everything we've been talking about. Your rebirth and renewal to be able to be safe enough to be seen and to be yourself. Wow, that is crazy. And also, these are 2 very powerful and fierce spirit guides. So when this card says fiercely protective, your spirit guides were not kidding. Your spirit guides are very protective of you. Wow, that is wild. And there's a saying, or for some reason, I can't remember what reading it was, but I remember a tarot card reader one time, since their cards flew out and landed on the floor, that those were messages that had been trying to get through to them for a very, very long time. And since these 2 cards flew out onto the floor, I'm just thinking your spirit guides have been trying to make themselves known to you for a really long time. And they've been trying to get your attention for a really long time. And they've been trying to help you for a super long time. So they're very happy that you're here and that they're able to introduce themselves to you. One of your other spirit guides is Archangel Machidiel. I probably butchered that name. I apologize. But they are the divine angel of grace and truth. The card says heart-focused grace, growth, light of truth, clean heart, honesty, trustworthiness. I reveal the path to God and will restore the divine light in your heart to show you the way. So basically, they reveal the path for you to reconnect with your spirituality. Ruby, March, take action. Wow, that is very powerful. And when it says reveal the path to God, they don't mean that they're telling God what to do. It means they're revealing the path that leads to God. That's something they wanted to make known. 32. We also have Archangel Zuriel. They are the angel of harmony and vitality. The card says feeling complete, experiential wisdom, evolve, plan B, create an oasis, balance opposing forces. I help you achieve balance from a change in perspective, compromise, and by finding common ground. Topaz, September, find another way. So these are the spirit guides that are helping you on your journey with self-discovery and rediscovering yourself and connecting with your inner child and with your authentic self and being able to be your authentic self around other people, no matter who you're around. And they are very protective of you and they love you so very much. So there's a guidebook for the cards for this. It's from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. I felt called to read through the goddess Ishtar's card, and I'm going to summarize the first part to you because it's really long. But basically, when you go through a process of rebirth, it is going to be hard. It is going to take a while because you are working through different things in your life that have so far held you back, and you're releasing things that you were previously or are still attached to, and you're releasing them and letting them go so that you can basically rediscover yourself and discover who you truly are. And once you release those things and let them go, it makes room in your life to grow, to heal, and to be your true authentic self. But the journey can be painful, but the pain of the journey is worth the happiness and the freedom and the relief that you will feel once you are your true authentic self and you are living your true authentic life. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take effort, but it is possible. You can do this. You're more ready than you know, and you're stronger than you know. You wouldn't be in this reading right now if you weren't on some level ready for this change and ready for you to start this healing journey and to start letting go of the past and the expectations of others so that you can fully embrace yourself and who you really are. I do want to read a portion of this. The Oracle of Daring Rebirth comes to you when there is an opportunity to confront a fear and release it, to let go of a belief system or behavior that is getting in the way of the life you actually dream of living. It is your decision whether to challenge that fear now, later, or at all. If you are doubting your readiness and capacity, however, this oracle suggests that you are more ready than you think you are, and that your time is now. There is a new you emerging. It might shock your friends and family. People may accuse you of not being you anymore, but you are becoming more you than you ever have been before. Trust the new you emerging in the greater authenticity and strength you're discovering in yourself. You do not have to squash your being to fit in with the expectations of any others. Through Daring Rebirth, you tap into the courage you need not only to go through the process of transformation, but the spiritual sassiness you need to give yourself permission to love and be the new you that emerges at the other side of it. Treasure that self reborn, for it has been hard won and is a divine treasure. So it also has like a healing thing you can do. It's basically calling upon the goddess, calling upon the goddess of Ishtar. Okay, you can screenshot that if you want to. And then it goes onto this page. Oh, hi, baby. Cat attack. The cards went everywhere. Oh goodness. Baby, what are you doing? Just... Oh, that is so beautiful. So, from the Oracle of Delphi, know thyself. 32, love maker. Love, give, receive, be. So your inner child is really wanting and craving your love and acceptance. So I'm just going to read a portion from this since this is very long. Love transmutes fear, doubt, and the debilitating need to second guess everything. When you love and value yourself, everything else falls into place. Self-love is the master key to true happiness. When you fall in love with yourself first, the cosmos will match this loving frequency and attract even more love to you. Once you remember that your true essence is love, everything aligns to this elevated vibration. Do not allow anyone to diminish your divinity. Know that you are always deserving of absolute love that is rooted in profound intimacy on all levels, mind, body, and soul. So what this is calling for you to do is to love yourself and all the different parts of yourself, and to show yourself unconditional love and acceptance. That is what you are craving. That is what your inner child is craving. And that is what is really needed. Not even just right now, but all the time. And over time, you will learn to love yourself unconditionally, and it will become easier and easier the more you do it, the more you practice showing yourself love and support. So this card popped out, and it is Dreamweaver. Emergence, wish, visualize, conceive. Also, this reminds me of the song Dreamweaver, the one that's like, Dreamweaver, I believe, something, something. Life is a rich tapestry of synchronicities woven together with meaningful connection. Take your dreams and sew them into your life. You're entering a lunar cycle of vision creation, pulling a golden thread from the realm of unlimited potential and entwining it with the sacred now. Balance your fierce determination with quiet confidence to birth your dreams into reality. Perceive, believe, and achieve. And whenever I see quiet confidence, this reminds me of you don't have to tell other people and get validation for them to do something. And in fact, your spirit guides and your inner child is encouraging you to just try things and do things without seeking validation from other people and external sources. The only validation that you need is your own. Your full-bodied intention and focus combined with your innate creativity propels you in the direction of your objectives. At first, you may be afraid to dream without restraint, but know that you are a powerhouse of light force energy. You are the Dreamweaver. Your aptitude for manifestation is greater than you can ever comprehend. Do not underestimate your abilities. Time and money are an illusion, so focus on your joy instead, and a steady flow of abundance will become a natural consequence. Set your target high so that you can reach up and grow into new levels. Expand your mind and feel as if your desire is already fulfilled. When you can handle the magnitude of this new elevation, you will rise to meet it. Progressive discovery is far more rewarding than instant gratification. Self-assurance develops as milestones are reached, so celebrate every step of the way. The rosy full moon magnetizes your wishes and attracts abundant resources to you. Pay attention and observe the mysterious coincidences that occur and usher you closer to your moonlit dreams. Rise above limiting thoughts to seek the opportunities that will accelerate your desires. When you question your doubts, reframe your negative self-talk, and face your fears, you realign to your wildest dreams and stitch positivity back into your life's tapestry. That is so cool that this also mentions facing fears and reframing your mind, because that has also been a big theme in this reading, is working through your fears of rejection, not being accepted by others, or having to do things without the validation of others, and working through the fear of going after your dreams, passions, and being your true self. Alignment activation. Breathe, center yourself, and fully commit to your dreams. I align to my divine destiny. Enthusiasm, intuitive wisdom, and practical strategy ensure my dreams manifest. So this is from the Messages from Your Inner Child Oracle deck. Pull yourself close. Our inner being longs for us to reside as one. It is now time to pull close all of the places inside of us that we wish were not there. Imagine embracing yourself in acceptance, the good parts, the bad parts, the missing places, and the broken pieces, knowing that every place inside of you is worthy of the greatest love. Wow, this is so beautiful. That is so cool that this card came out. This is such confirmation. This is such confirmation of basically everything that we've been talking about with showing yourself love and accepting all of the parts of you, because that's what deep inside you're looking for and that you've always wanted from your parental figures, from your family and loved ones. We have to show ourselves all of the things that we wished our guardians and parents showed us. Give ourselves the unconditional love and acceptance and support, and tell ourselves the things that we wish other people had told us. Give ourselves the love we wish they had given us. Give ourselves the support and acceptance that we missed out on when we were growing up, or even are missing out on currently. Those two cards flew out. Aw, that's so beautiful. Gratitude brings abundance. The act of gratefulness is a door that leads into abundance of spirit and heart, allowing us to more deeply enjoy this life that we live. Set aside time today to remember all that you have to be thankful for, inviting your feelings of gratitude to overflow every part of your being with their dazzling warmth and light. And I remember at the beginning of this reading, I mentioned how gratitude, or practicing gratitude, maybe you've been trying to do that, but it seems like it hasn't really been working out for you. And the reason might be because you might be unknowingly attaching a forceful type of energy to it, like trying to force yourself to be grateful for things that you're not actually grateful for. And that's not really going to work because it's not genuine. And a good way to actually start being on the vibration of gratefulness is by starting out small. I'm feeling called to tell you to write down once a day 3 things that you're grateful for. And these things can be very small. They can be very seemingly meaningless, but to you, they are meaningful. So, for example, I'm grateful for my herbal tea that I had this morning. It was warm, it warmed me up, it tasted refreshing, and it was a great start to my day. That's a very small thing, but I genuinely am grateful for tea, and I'm grateful for having it because it also helps me stay hydrated. But for me, I wouldn't say that I'm grateful for mosquitoes. I don't like mosquitoes. And even though they're good for the environment, and I appreciate that they feed birds and bats, help them stay alive, and they're very important to the ecosystem, I myself don't like mosquitoes. So I'm not going to write down that I'm grateful for mosquitoes. And, there also could be some form of trauma around gratitude due to your family members or your parents saying that you should be grateful that we put food on the table for you, or that we do this or that we show you love. But the thing is like, those are baseline caregiving things. That is the baseline. I shouldn't have to say, thank you for loving me. You know, that is the expectation. And spirit and your inner child are not asking you to be grateful for those types of things. In fact, with practicing gratitude, write down things that you are actually happy about, that you enjoy, that you're grateful for, that doesn't make you feel guilty, that isn't tied to these deep mixed emotions. Start with simple things like, I'm grateful for being able to watch SpongeBob, or I'm grateful for having this cookie. But writing down 3 things you're grateful for every day, even if they're very small things, doing that every day over time is going to help you. It's going to help rewire your brain to seeing things more positively, and also understanding the difference between how you feel with actually enjoying something and being grateful for it versus, you know, being guilted into all that other stuff we talked about. Go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something new. Explore just for fun and be a bit more daring. Practice living in the moment, do something spontaneous, and be okay with not having anything or everything planned. Do not let apprehension keep you from your new adventure. That feeling will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so your inner child is really wanting you to just have fun, let loose, and do something that you enjoy, that you want to do, and also do things that you haven't done in a while that you miss doing, and trying new things. But doing something that you enjoy is very important during this time and will help you reconnect with your inner child. So to wind down this reading, I'm going to pull some cards from the Happiness Chemicals deck and then also the Angel Number Messages deck. That's so funny I mentioned tea earlier because this card popped out. Tea time, what we know. As well as being a powerful antioxidant, green tea can boost the availability of dopamine in the brain, which is crucial in creating a positive mood. What to do? If you're fading at your desk or feeling a little low, try a simple cup of green tea. It will definitely give you more energy, and you might also find yourself feeling more positive. Oh my gosh, fam, not even gonna lie, it has been so unbelievably noisy today, just in the past like 40 minutes that I've been trying to film this last bit of your reading. There were people right outside my door in this little area where all of our apartments are that they were making a bunch of noise because they were trying to do something. I don't know what they were doing out there, but they were taking care of whatever they needed to take care of, but it was very loud. And then a motorcycle passed by, and then this really loud car earlier. So you know what, that's okay. Because sometimes we just need to practice patience and take it slow. So I think this is a reminder to slow down and take it one step at a time. You don't need to rush anything, and everything is at your own pace. But also, I forgot to mention that I'm pulling these happy chemical cards because the question I asked Spirit is, what are the things you can do to reconnect with your inner child? And this tea time came out, so this reminds me of having a tea party. So having a tea party with yourself would be a really adorable, fun way to reconnect with your inner child. Trying different teas, different flavors, seeing which one you like. You could always, go to a restaurant and order tea or something like that, but also there are different tea packages you can get online or at Walmart or Target or whatever, and they're tea boxes that have a bunch of different types of tea in them, and basically it just gives you a chance to try a bunch of different flavors without having to buy 50 packs of one flavor at a time. So that is a great way to practice you know, connecting with your inner child is through having a little tea party with yourself. Also, there are some really cool places that have real life adult tea parties. You can look them up online, but they're like specialty tea party restaurants, and they're so freaking cool. They have little pastries and cakes and stuff, and then they have specialty tea sets, and it is just really cool. Hey, pile 3. So while I was editing your reading, I noticed that the ending of your pile and your reading is just gone. It disappeared from the ether. It wasn't on my SD card, it wasn't on my computer, so something happened. Either I forgot to press the record button or my camera malfunctioned or something. Not really sure there, so I'm just going to redo it because there's no way to recover it. But that's all right. Things happen for a reason. And also, I'm getting a message that rejection is divine protection. So take that as it resonates, but our spirit guides do things for a reason, to help us and to protect us. And while something may seem annoying or inconvenient or even like upsetting in the moment, later on, a lot of times we come to realize, oh, okay, that makes sense why that happened, or oh, I'm actually in a way glad that happened, because if it hadn't, I wouldn't be doing this awesome thing, or this really cool thing wouldn't have been possible for me to say yes to, or whatever the case. Oh, that is so crazy. So when I originally did the ending to the video, I remember, I'm pretty sure like Acts of Kindness and Pins and Needles came out. So that's really cool. And also what's crazy is that it wasn't this card, but it was a different card that had a flower on it that came out. So that's really cool that some of the same cards came out, even though I can't prove it. But with the Happy Chemicals cards, I asked Spirit and your spirit guides and your inner child how you can connect with your inner child. And being in nature seems to be a prominent thing that has been coming through, because we have the butterfly here. And with the acts of kindness and then gift of giving, we have music therapy, getting steamy, pins and needles. I'm thinking of a couple different things. First of all, giving yourself things and gifts that you would have loved as a kid and that you would have loved growing up, that you didn't get, or maybe you didn't get to play with as often as you wanted to. So I'm thinking of like a remote controlled dinosaur, or a like 4-wheel car that's remote controlled. I'm thinking of Play-Doh and clay and creating things with your hands, having fun, coloring, painting, doing activities with yourself that are really lighthearted and fun. I'm also thinking of just giving yourself gifts like cool figurines. Like if you've always wanted figurine collectibles of your favorite shows, movies, games, whatever, get it for yourself. Ooh, also there's these really cool things called amiibos, I think they're called, that it's a little figurine that has a little electronic device inside where when you tap it onto your Switch, that character or that item actually pops up in the game itself, which is so cool. I've always thought those are so freaking amazing. I got one for myself. It was a Dark Samus, but you can also get some for Zelda Breath of the Wild. There's a wolf you can get that allows you to have a wolf companion in the game. There's other different amiibos that do different beneficial things, like give you certain items or characters or unlocks certain things in games. So that might be something to look into if you love that sort of thing. Also, with the music therapy and the pins and needles, listening to different types of music and enjoying music. And you know how you get chills whenever you listen to some sorts of music? I'm thinking of diving deep into music that gives you that sort of really happy feeling of pins and needles or chills or whatever. And then also with the flowers, going out and picking some flowers, making a little bouquet for yourself, going out in nature, having fun, maybe even bug hunting and taking pictures of different butterflies or bees or bugs or something like that. And with the get steamy, I'm thinking of taking a really nice long bath. Oh my God, that's so cute. I'm thinking of like bath toys, which I know that sounds ridiculous, but I remember as a kid, I used to have so much fun at bath time. I had an entire freaking tub of toys that I would just dump into the bath, and then I would do different reenactments with different like characters and stuff like that and make a whole storyline. So that reminds me of writing a story now. So you could even like write a story for yourself, or get into writing, get into like making clay figurines or something that is lighthearted and fun to do, and also taking care of yourself, because with the steamy shower, that reminds me of just basic self-care and a message coming through of there's a difference between self-care and treating yourself, like indulging. And maybe growing up you were told that certain self-care things were selfish because of different reasons. Either maybe your parents didn't have enough money to support in-depth self-care routines like skincare routines, or certain nutritional things, or I don't know what it could be anything. But sometimes, guardians make us feel selfish for taking care of ourselves, whether it's intentional because we're giving attention to ourselves instead of them because maybe they're narcissistic, or it could be unintentional because maybe they just didn't have the money to invest in self-care things for the whole family, for themselves, their kids, or whatever. So there's many different reasons for people deciding to do different things, but all in all, your spirit guides and your inner child want you to know that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is something that everybody needs, and it helps us physically, but also it helps with our mental well-being and our emotional well-being. And a hot shower, a warm bath can do wonders for the soul. I'm also thinking of spiritual cleansing baths. Those are really nice and helpful. Basically, you run a bath for yourself. You can add different herbs and things into the bath. And as you're adding them into your bath, you set the intention of this herb will do this thing, or these salts will do this thing, like it'll cleanse me, it'll protect me, it'll help me release things that need to be released, or whatever it is. You can look up spiritual cleansing baths on YouTube, and I'm sure there's a detailed description of how to do it, because different people do it in different ways, but it's essentially a ritual to be able to cleanse your body, mind, and soul. And so that might be something worth getting into and looking into. Aside from self-care, I'm hearing treating yourself too, giving yourself little gifts and treats and things that would make your inner child really happy. So if you see a cookie in the store and it's a cookie that is your favorite character, like a Shrek cookie, get it. What is the harm in getting that cookie? You know what I mean? So do what really sparks joy in your heart, in your soul, and things that spark joy in you are going to really help you connect with your inner child, because they make you happy and spark joy in you for a reason. And that is what I'm really picking up here, is just doing things that spark joy in yourself. Alrighty, so now we're gonna get into the angel number messages cards, and we're gonna see what pops out. Number 3, I am charismatic. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You're able to get others on board with your ideas. So if you're not currently good at this thing, this is something that your inner child and your spirit guides are encouraging you to make a reality for yourself, is to practice expressing yourself, practice advocating for yourself, to practice communicating your thoughts, your opinions, your beliefs to other people confidently, and to practice just confidently being yourself and expressing yourself in whatever ways make you happy. Number 12, I am a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich, and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. That's so cool that 2 cards mention creativity after we just talked about being creative and doing things in creative ways that would make you happy. 12-12. Oh, that's so cool. 12 and then 12-12. I am focused. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. That is so beautiful. Yeah, don't give up on making your dreams a reality because you have got this, pile 3, and you're stronger than you know. You have so many talents and skills and amazing just characteristics of yourself. So be proud to be who you are and don't be afraid to be who you are. And if you are currently working on making your dreams a reality for yourself, know that it is possible. You can do it and you've got this, and your spirit guides are here with you throughout your entire journey, and they are supporting you and protecting you every step of the way. And then 2-2-2, I am balanced. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. So whatever you want to become a reality, reinforce it with your actions, reinforce it with affirmations, positive affirmations, reinforce it with writing it down and expressing yourself, advocating for yourself to really change your reality into a better one and to really do what you want to do. So if you want something to change in your reality, you need to back it up with your actions and changing your thought process to match what you want your reality to be. So I'm thinking of affirmations and journaling and working on your subconscious thoughts to reprogram your thoughts into more positive ways of beliefs about yourself and the world around you, more positive ways of supporting yourself, and also finding ways to help rewire your brain to see things in a more positive light, like the gratitude exercise we were talking about earlier. So yeah, that is really awesome. These cards are so beautiful, and they really reflect this whole reading of just learning to express yourself and live the life that you have always wanted to live, and really taking care of yourself, supporting yourself, loving yourself the way that you deserve to be loved, and showing yourself love through healing, taking care of yourself, supporting yourself, and speaking things into reality and supporting those things with taking action towards your goals. So whatever goal that you have for yourself, write it down into small steps that you can really focus on over time and start working towards over time. It's not a rush. You don't need to do these things overnight, because that would be impossible for anybody to do. Take things at your own pace, on your own timing, and everything is going to be okay. Your spirit guides love you so, so very much. That has been really clearly coming through, and I hope that you know how much they love you, because they really do. And with that, pile 3, this is your reading. I hope that it's resonated with you and helped you in some way. If it did, then please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you feel called to do so, post a comment and share how it resonated with you. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing what you have to say and how these readings resonate with you, or if they did. So that would be a huge help. But if you do none of those things, just thank you so very much for being here and listening to this reading and letting me read for you. And I can't wait to read for you again in the future. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. All right, fam, love you. Bye. Hi, Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So you chose The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And there's actually 2 for this one, because I could not decide which one to put for Pile 4. So the other one is actually Spy Kids, and not specifically Spy Kids Game Over, but just the Spy Kids franchise in general, because I thought this was the best looking picture to use from the franchise. But Yeah, you might really enjoy these types of movies from childhood. Sorry about the birds in the background. It's like 6 a.m. here, so the birds are waking up. Also, another movie that comes to mind is Zathura. That is another childhood classic. And these movies all just really encompass imagination, adventure, and overcoming different obstacles and stuff like that. And making your dreams come true, and also like just defeating the enemy, and there's a clear line between enemy and good guys in these movies. And these are just really great movies, and they're very nostalgic, so you might watch these movies, or maybe you absolutely loved these movies growing up, but you kind of forgot about them until this reading, or maybe until recently when you saw something about them pop up. But yeah, it might be nice to revisit these movies, but of course you don't have to if you don't want to. But that also might be something that you enjoy doing, is just revisiting childhood movies that brought you joy. Okay, so the first portion of this reading is a vibe check, and we're going to be covering the emotions that you've been feeling recently or that you are feeling right now. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then maybe one of the other piles will have some messages for you there, or you can always check out one of the other readings on my channel. Alrighty, let's get into it. So we have let go and bottled up in reverse. So maybe recently you've been really working on letting certain things go and releasing bottled up emotions and things that you've experienced. Maybe this has also been a big theme in your life lately, is realizing that you have bottled up emotions or experiences that need to be worked through and need to be acknowledged, felt, and then released. So you could be currently going through that process and digesting things that have happened to you in childhood, young adulthood, teenage years, or that are happening to you recently. And this could involve working on forgiving yourself or forgiving others, or even offering a sort of olive branch, because this picture just reminds me of like an olive branch. And it seems like you are trying to work on taking care of your well-being and your mental health. Yeah, so the inner awareness, you've become aware of having a wounded heart and having sorrow inside, because maybe this was so buried deep inside of you, you didn't even realize that you were sad, or that something that happened to you in the past actually bothered you and was potentially even traumatizing, or just has a great effect on your life or your personality or your well-being. And you have recently come to this conclusion that, hey, you know, that actually did bother me, that actually did make me sad, and that really hurt my feelings, what that person did or said or didn't do or didn't say, whatever the situation is. And so you have recently come into this self-awareness, or you're about to come into this self-awareness. And your spirit guides are saying that if you need the courage to face these emotions, these heavy emotions that you have inside, ask them for the courage. They will give you the courage, they will give you the strength and the bravery to start to deal with whatever is going on, to start to chip away at it, to face it head on, so you can begin healing. And also, they just want you to know that you are courageous, because it seems like you've already started this process. You've already started doing this on your own. And they just want to say that they are very proud of you. And your inner child is very proud of you. Wow, that is so beautiful. Yeah, I'm just hearing that they're very proud of you and how far you've come, and the fact that you have even realized that there were things that were bothering you, because a lot of people, or not a lot of people, I shouldn't say that. Some people go throughout life not even realizing that things are bothering them, or that their childhood wasn't perfect. and maybe there were things that could have been done differently or things that they need to heal from and release. So this is a really powerful thing that's happening, and this is going to positively affect your life doing this. It's going to have an overall positive impact on you and your life. Wow, that's so cool. So literally the change card came out. So yeah, this is going to have a positive change, positive impact on your life. There's going to be positive change that comes from this entire situation, that comes from you facing your deeper emotions, facing these deeper thoughts, these experiences you've had, and what you've gone through. Alrighty, so if this resonates with you, then welcome. This is your reading, pile 4, and let's dive deeper into your reading. Also, on the back of the deck, we have protect your feelings. So one of the things that may have happened during your childhood is you may have felt the need to really protect yourself. Or maybe even now, you feel a great need to protect yourself, to guard your heart, to protect your feelings, because maybe you are somebody that's a little sensitive, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know, I'm the same way. You may even notice that you have certain emotions bubbling up sporadically, and you're like, why is this happening? And so now your spirit guides are helping you to understand, your inner child is helping you to understand why these emotions are sporadically bubbling up, why they're coming to the surface, and what was the cause of them, what is the cause of them, and how to resolve this situation or whatever is going on in your life. So this is a heavy message, but for some of you, I'm feeling really called to say this or bring this to your attention. There may have been some neglect in your childhood that led to not feeling safe to express your emotions, or not having a good role model of what emotional regulation looks like. And that could have contributed to what you experienced or the different things you've gone through. So there could have been an absent parent or caregiver or guardian, or if they were there, maybe they were emotionally absent or scolded you for showing emotions, or expected you not to show emotions or something like that. Or maybe you got corrected or punished for showing certain emotions, like for showing sadness or crying or sorrow or anything like that. And maybe you were punished for those things, and that needed to be said is what I'm hearing. Okay, so we have elk, warrior, leadership, nobility, respect, virility, companionship. Moose, stillness, determination, courage, pride, steadfastness. Squirrel, preparation, resourcefulness, trickster, lightheartedness. And camel, journeys, travel, long haul, calm, committed, conservation. Ooh, cute. So it seems like right now you're on a journey of healing and diving deeper into your past. And that is some brave, courageous shit. Not everybody can do that, and props to you, because that is just, really awesome. I'm really happy you're doing that. Your spirit guides and your inner child are really happy that you are choosing to try to help yourself, is what I'm hearing. And there's different ways that you can start to help yourself, and one of those ways is to research into, I'm hearing, healthy coping mechanisms and ways to start helping yourself emotionally regulate. So I'm going to share a little bit about myself because I think it applies to this reading in this situation. I know that a lot of people don't like it when tarot readers talk about themselves, but sometimes the reason we do that is to help relay a message related to our experiences that may help the audience or that may help you. And I went through a period of healing because I was really not good at regulating my emotions. I would start crying at the mere thought of rejection from different people. If I was at work and somebody was correcting me on something, even if it was a small thing, I would get really defensive and or I would start crying. And it was to the point to where I was like, damn, I need to do something about this because I am overly sensitive, overly emotional about every little thing. And it was really frustrating because I didn't want to be emotional about certain things because I knew that it wasn't the person attacking me personally. They were just trying to help me do my job better, or they were correcting me about something that needed to be correcting, and it wasn't a personal attack. And I knew that, but my subconscious didn't know that because throughout my childhood, one, I didn't have anybody around me that could regulate their emotions in any way whatsoever. And both of the parental figures I was around were really bad at regulating their emotions and would fly off the handle or start crying randomly or overreact to small situations. And so that's what I grew up around. So that was the only source that I had to compare emotions and reactions to. And when you grow up like that, you don't realize how emotionally dysregulated you are until you get outside of the house and you start experiencing life with other people, seeing their reactions to things, seeing their reactions to your emotional reactions or lack of emotional reactions or whatever. And I had to learn to regulate my emotions and also to heal the parts of me that felt defensive, that felt hurt whenever somebody tried to give me constructive criticism or help me in any way. And it was hard at first. And I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while, but the journey was worth it because now I don't cry at the drop of a hat. I am more emotionally regulated than I was before. And on top of that, I'm better at taking constructive criticism, especially from people that I trust, that I know are doing it with pure intentions. I'm not even gonna lie, I still have a little bit of a hard time taking constructive criticism from people that I don't know or that I know don't like me, because then I feel like, are they doing this for the right reasons? But I always, after they give me their feedback, afterwards, I think about it and I'm like, you know what? Actually, what they said really does apply. And then I try to implement changes. And so maybe Spirit is bringing this to your attention because maybe you are going through or have gone through a similar situation to where something that would help you best is learning how to regulate your emotions and learning healthy coping mechanisms, and also understanding that it's okay to not be okay, and it is okay for you to feel your feelings. The feelings themselves aren't the issue here. The reaction from the feelings is the issue. And so for me, feeling defensive or feeling like crying wasn't necessarily the problem. It was doing it in inappropriate times. So like, bawling my eyes out at my boss just giving me constructive criticism is not really an appropriate time to bawl my eyes out. And if I had been more emotionally regulated at the time, I would have been able to, even though I'm feeling those feelings of defensiveness and maybe sadness about the critiques, I would have been able to get through the conversation without crying, and then gone to the bathroom or just at home been thinking about it and bummed out, and if I wanted to cry then, I could cry then. But even then, like, the intensity that I felt the emotions was not really appropriate to the situation because it wasn't like they were trying to hurt me or harm me. And that's something that I had to slowly get my subconscious to understand over time. And that's the key here, is your conscious mind might know these people aren't trying to hurt me, they're not trying to get under my skin. But your subconscious doesn't know that because maybe growing up you had overly critical guardians, overly critical parents, or maybe they were dismissive of you if you did even the slightest thing wrong, or they punished you for showing emotions, or maybe they were overly, their expectations of you were extremely high and they would not praise you for doing well, but they would punish you if you did badly. And I'm sensing some like harsh conditions there, some conditional love, some situations that were very hard on you. And it may even be possibly out of situations that it wasn't entirely their fault. Like maybe you guys grew up in a rough area, in a rough time, in a rough economy, and so you had to be hard on yourselves to survive. But it still doesn't mean that it didn't affect you. And I want to let you know that it's okay to be upset that those things happened to you. It's okay to be upset at your guardians or the people around you at the time, even if it wasn't necessarily their fault, or even if it was their fault. All of these things are perfectly okay to be sad about, depressed about, upset about, angry at. That's okay. And your inner child and your spirit guides want you to be able to sift through these experiences and really feel the feels. Set up time for yourself, at least once a week where you're alone in a place you feel safe, and just let yourself remember. Let yourself go through whatever emotions you're feeling at the time, whether it's anger, rage, sadness, depression, joy, whatever it is. Let yourself feel those feelings. And if they're mixed emotions, that's okay too. And you can either write everything down and then read back through it, or you can meditate, or you could just sit there. But Spirit's asking you to sit with yourself because we have stillness here. And with stillness and journey, that reminds me of being just with yourself and letting your mind wander and letting yourself think about anything that pops up. Because if we sit with ourselves for long enough, eventually things will pop into our mind. Things that may be on our subconscious a lot that we don't realize has been on our subconscious, or things that we have been actively avoiding. And these are the things that Spirit and your inner child are really asking you to start to work through. And these could be the root cause of whatever has been bubbling up in your life. Aww. And on the back of the deck, we have the ladybug. Luck, love, good fortune, healing, protection, positive omen. So your spirit guides are protecting you throughout this journey, and they are supporting you in this healing process. And if you do decide to continue this, you will heal. You will come out better for it, and you will get through this. And your spirit guides love you very much. Your inner child loves you so very much, and they just want you to feel better in general. They want you to have a beautiful life and to be healthy and happy, and for your well-being to be taken care of. Dang, the birds are so loud right now, y'all. Like, I know for a fact you're gonna hear that during this reading. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. It sounds like they're in my house, but no, all the windows are shut, all the doors are shut. The birds out here are just really loud. And you might enjoy birds in nature, and that might be another thing that can help, is going out in nature, bird watching, doing things that are calming, that help you in nature, that help ground you. I'm hearing grounding exercises, meditation, connecting with nature, going outside and walking barefoot in the grass, in the dirt, sitting crisscross applesauce in your yard and meditating. And you could do this early in the morning where there's not as many people outside, or just a time of day that you feel safe and calm to be outside, and that might really be helpful for you. The birds are so loud. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so beautiful. So you're gonna feel liberated. You're gonna feel free once you start healing, once you start making some amount of progress, whether it's a small amount of progress, a large amount of progress, which, by the way, no rush on healing, no rush, no peer pressure, no judgment, no nothing. Like, do this at your own pace in a way that feels best for you. It's not a race. You know, your spirit guides and your inner child are encouraging you to heal, but do it on your own time, in your own way that is best for you and your highest good. You know, sometimes it's good to push ourselves or for other people to really nudge us in the right direction. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what's right for you, and it's going to feel better. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel liberated and free. We have the seal here, and then the beaver, hard work, persistence. So don't give up on this journey. It's going to be hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. Healing is hard work, because if we truly want to heal, we need to dedicate ourselves to it. And that doesn't mean that we need to obsess about it every single day, but keeping it on the forefront of our mind for a while and taking active steps towards healing is a good way to make progress on your own terms. But being persistent over time, don't give up. You've got this. Healing is possible, by the way. Improving is possible. And every single small thing you do adds up. It really does. It adds up over time. And you are making progress, is what I'm hearing. And this is going to have a positive effect on your life. We have abundance, blessings, gratitude, sacrifice, giving, and receiving. This is going to positively impact your life by working on healing and helping yourself. You are going to reap the beautiful rewards of healing and of helping yourself. Also, another small thing, a suggestion, every morning, writing down 3 things that you're grateful for and why you're grateful for them. This is going to help you rewire your brain to look at things in a more positive view, to notice the positive things in life more. This is one of the things that really helped me, because I didn't really know where to start, but a lot of things kept, gratitude, be grateful, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's hard to be grateful when you're going through a lot of shit, you know what I mean? But it really does help. It does help, because it's not the fact that, oh, you should be grateful that you're alive. And it's not like a negative, like pressuring thing, like, oh, you should be grateful that I'm just here for you, blah, blah, blah. No, like ignore that manipulative, toxic shit. We're talking about just enjoying life, learning to enjoy life, learning to enjoy the small things, the small moments, the small things in your everyday to-day life. It's going to really help you. It's going to help keep your mind positive, and not toxic positivity, genuine positivity, but it takes time. And the 3 things that you write down could be very basic. It could be, I'm grateful for the donut I ate this morning. It was delicious and it brightened my mood. Or I'm grateful for my cat. She's my everything and I love her and she really helps me out. I love playing with her and I'm happy to have a companion in my life. Or I'm grateful for Netflix because I get to watch my favorite movies from my childhood and it helps me calm down. And I just really enjoy being able to watch movies whenever I want to. So the 3 things you're grateful for could be really small and basic, or they could be larger things in your life, like I'm grateful for this person, this best friend, my car, my job, whatever it is. But it doesn't have to be complicated, is what I'm trying to get at. But I guarantee you it will help you if you stick to it over time and you consistently write those things down. And also, I wanted to mention earlier with the meditation thing, one of the things that helped me during my healing journey is writing down the things that came to mind that were bothering me, and then trying to figure out why they bothered me. So, for example, if something at work happened and I just couldn't let it go for some reason, and it just really triggered me, I would write down the situation, everything that happened, my thoughts, my feelings, what happened, and then I would think about it and I'd be like, you know what? Why did it bother me so much that this person said that to me or did this thing? And then most of the time I could trace it back to, you know what, actually I hate it when people do that in general, not just that one person, but I hate it when people do this one thing. And then I think, why do I hate it when people do that? Oh, well, that's because growing up, you know, my parents used to say that thing or do that thing every time I got in trouble, or every time my sister or my brother would blame me for something they did and I would get the punishment or whatever it is. So that can help you trace things back and get to the root of the issue, the root of what is bothering you. And once you start finding the reasons why these different things are triggering you, you can start working on healing those things and start working on feeling through them and releasing them. And another thing that really helped me, that also someone I know is doing the same thing now, therapy. It's really helping them. I'm not going to say who it is because that's, you know, private, but somebody that I really care about that's close to me in life, they are finally going to therapy after me, you know, suggesting it to them for a while. They were like, you know what, fine, I'll try it. And they have enjoyed it, they like it. And whenever I did therapy, I did it for over 2 years. I enjoyed it, I liked it. Not for the sake of, oh yeah, I just enjoy telling this person all my bullshit and all my dirty laundry. For the sake of, hey, you know what? This actually helped me progress in my healing journey because I needed a third person perspective and advice from somebody that could see past the rose-tinted glasses in certain situations, or that could see the bigger picture of what was going on. And that really helped me. And it might be helpful for you to go to counseling or therapy. And I will say that it may take a few times, a few tries to find the right therapist or counselor, because not everybody is for everybody. And what you really want in a counselor is a person that you can communicate easily with, where you both understand each other, what you're trying to say. Also, this sounds silly, but you vibe with them. And that sounds like such a trivial thing, but it is true. Like, you need to, on some level, get along with your therapist or counselor, because otherwise you're gonna not feel comfortable or safe enough to tell them whatever it is you need to tell them, or to bare your soul to them, if you need to bare your soul to them. And thirdly, what are their credentials? So if you need help with ADHD, you don't want to go to somebody who is only an expert in major depressive disorder, because they're not going to know anything about ADHD and how to help you. So what are you looking for in this therapy? I didn't really know what I was looking for at first, and then I realized a lot of things that I was dealing with had to do with my childhood. So I looked for somebody that could help me process like abuse in childhood or whatever. So it might help to think about, okay, what exactly am I looking for? Am I looking for somebody that can help me with depression, regulating my emotions, with childhood abuse or neglect or something, or with like family disagreements and dynamics? There are family counselors, there are other types of therapists that deal with specific disorders or specific types of situations, and doing a little bit of research into that would be greatly beneficial to you, because it'll help you narrow down your search for the right therapist, and it'll help you avoid going to countless therapists that don't match what you're looking for and can't help you, because not every therapist can help every person, because every therapist, they have different credentials and experiences and stuff like that. Also, if you're worried about money for hiring a therapist, there are therapists that do sliding scale salaries. They're called sliding scale therapists, I'm pretty sure. Basically, it's a therapist that will adjust the payments for the therapy session based on your needs, or based on like your income and stuff like that. So that is something that you can look into. Also, a lot of colleges have free therapy, free counseling that you can utilize. And sometimes, you know, your insurance can cover that. And I know people are like, you know, it's a huge headache to go through your insurance or something. Completely understand that, but it is worth it, trust me. Because sometimes we just need an outside perspective on what's going on. But if you don't want to do that and you're not interested in therapy or counseling or anything like that, then you can always look up on YouTube different self-help things, different types of therapies on YouTube, self-help books, coping mechanisms, grounding techniques, mindfulness techniques. So these are also some things that you can look into as well. And also, by the way, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So any suggestions that I make in this video, anything I say in this video are merely suggestions for you to research into or to look into yourself if you want to. But like, I'm not diagnosing you with anything or saying that you have one thing or another. Do your own research into it. So this is the Inner Child Oracle deck. I can't remember the full name, but it will be in the description down below, all the names of the decks I use in this reading. So the card that popped out is Connect with the Cosmos. The night sky holds many a wonder, some that we see with our eyes and some that we know with our hearts. If you have pulled this card, then it is time to look beyond. Go stargazing, learn the constellations, study astrology, or take time in prayer to the divine. Let the magic of the universe connect you to the boundlessness within you. Oh, that is so beautiful. Yeah, so, you know, your inner child is asking you to look deeper within yourself and to connect with them, to connect with your inner child, because they have a lot of knowledge that they can share with you, a lot of insight on any insecurities or habits or thoughts that you have in your subconscious. And also your spirit guides are asking you to connect with them more as well, because your spirit guides can help enlighten you on different ways to help yourself, to really help you on your healing journey. They can also guide you to the right answers that you need at the time that will help you the most, and to the right people, resources, or whatever. Also, meditating and connecting with spirit guides is also healing in itself. There are also different meditations that you can look up online, that you can look into if you would like. Reiki healers might be of interest to you and might be something that could greatly help you, because sometimes we also need spiritual healing, and spiritual healing can help us with physical, emotional, and mental healing as well. And ask your spirit guides as well. Ask your spirit guides to help you on this healing journey and to accept healing from them and to accept their guidance in healing if you're called to do so. I can't remember if I've said this before in your reading, but nature might be something that can help you heal. Being in nature, grounding yourself in nature, doing a meditation in nature, those might help you, because you might be the type of person that just loves being in nature. It's very calming. It speaks to your soul. And going out and stargazing. Also, I didn't realize this, but this talks about stargazing, and this card has a beautiful night sky that's perfect for stargazing. So I'm thinking of going camping in the middle of nowhere, of course safely, right? Take all safety precautions always, but going out and going to an observatory, or going out in the country, or going camping and going stargazing, spending time with yourself and time in nature. Also, going to a park and feeding squirrels if you really like squirrels. Going to the beach and feeding seagulls, or watching the waves crash on the shore. You deserve to be seen. We each have a desire to be seen and accepted as we are. This is a natural desire that is crucial to our well-being and the embodiment of our true self. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Give yourself the gift of being seen and accepted as you are in this moment by yourself and by others who appreciate you, allowing yourself to take up the space you need. Oh, that is so beautiful. And I love the rainbow in this card, and the bird with the deer, and you have all the flowers. Wow, that's so pretty. Oh, there's also a moon here. So I love how I was just talking about being in nature, and then a card with a bunch of nature stuff came out. That's so beautiful. So yeah, spirit, your inner child and your spirit guides are calling for you to do things that make you feel seen, to express yourself, to advocate for yourself, and do things that support you and your authentic self. Get in touch with yourself again, because maybe, over the years, maybe you pulled away from doing things that you loved, hobbies and passions, because you were told they weren't practical, or maybe you didn't feel safe to express yourself, or maybe you just got busy. But reconnecting with yourself is very important during this time. Reconnecting with spirit and your inner child are going to be really helpful for you. So this card popped out. We have listen. The inner child is comprised of many different aspects of our childhood, and at different times in our adult life, will need their voice to be heard. Practice listening to your inner child now, asking what it is they have to tell you and responding to them with understanding and kindness. Responsive journaling is a good exercise for this. That is so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. We were talking about journaling earlier. Wow, that is so cool. We were literally talking about sitting in stillness and listening to your thoughts and journaling. You can literally read it right there. Like, I am not messing around here. This card popped out. That is so beautiful. Yeah, so your inner child still has way more to tell you and to communicate to you that is just between you and them. And it is going to go much farther than just this reading. So make sure you connect with your inner child and you connect with your past self. I've heard of people writing letters to their inner child. So it's an exercise you can do. So for example, if you notice that maybe you felt really unseen as a kid and you felt really misunderstood, or like you weren't allowed to be yourself growing up and people made you feel small, unappreciated, or unloved, then you could maybe do a meditation journaling session, right? Working through your feelings, but also writing a letter to your inner child to that point in time about how you feel now and how you're sorry for everything that happened to you back then, and that you wish that somebody was there who loved and supported them, but everything's going to be okay because you love and support them now. You love and support your inner child now. You love and support yourself now. And you have the resources to be that parent to yourself that you never had, or to be that support system, that unconditional love to yourself that you never had. And writing out a letter basically to yourself, to your younger self, can be very therapeutic, very helpful, very freeing, because you're giving yourself the encouragement and love and support that you may have not gotten back then, that you were craving. And that could be something that would be beneficial for you to do as well. Oh my God. Right? Okay, so on the back of the deck, we have you are worthy. Listen to this, y'all. Spirit is coming in hot today. They are confirmation after confirmation. Like, your inner child is just popping off. So I just talked about telling yourself the things that you wish you would have heard as a kid, right? You are worthy. It is now time to practice speaking the words you have always longed to hear to yourself. I cannot make this up. This is so wild. Find a mirror and get comfortable. Look deep into your eyes and proceed to give yourself what you wish others had given you, particularly as a child. It may feel awkward, but stick with it, as there is much healing in this practice. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. That is so wild. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, inner child. That is so beautiful. Honestly, I'm kind of flabbergasted Because I was feeling like, there's another message or there's another confirmation, there's another something in the cards. And so I flipped them over and then it was what we were talking about. That's so cool. Yeah, your inner child really wants to talk to you, really wants to communicate with you. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and listening to your intuition. And it is no coincidence that you're in this video and that you chose this pile. You are here for a reason, and that has been abundantly clear. And this is the reason your inner child has been trying to talk to you, trying to communicate with you. That is the first step I'm hearing that is going to greatly help you on your healing journey, is allowing yourself to talk to your inner child and hearing what they have to say. Alrighty, so to wind down this reading, I'm going to choose some angel number messages from the angel number messages deck, and we're going to see what pops out. Number 17, I am independent. The quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You're as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. I see this as you can do anything you put your mind to. If you want to heal, if you want to, achieve a goal or make your dreams a reality or, do something, you can do it. You have the skills, you have the intelligence, and Spirit will provide you with the resources. You can co-create anything you want with the universe, with your spirit guides, and with yourself. 11:11, I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and help you wake up to who you truly are. Oh my God. I am so flabbergasted at the back-to-back confirmations in this reading. This is so beautiful and wild. Yeah, again, you can do anything you put your mind to, and your spirit guides and the universe are actively trying to help you. They're actively working things out in your favor and, moving things around and guiding things your way, guiding you to resources and people, places, experiences, and things that are going to help you and that are for your highest good. Ask and you shall receive, and it seems like you have asked for help and you are going to start receiving the things into your life that are really going to help you if you haven't already been receiving these things into your life. And your spirit guides are by your side. They're supporting you. They love you unconditionally. Your inner child loves you unconditionally and is just wanting your love back and wanting unconditional love back. That's all our inner child really ever wants, is love and acceptance, because that's all really any child wants. This has been a beautiful reading. And on the back of the deck we have number 1, I am innovative. You are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful and will help you get through rough times and reach success. You will be successful on your healing journey. You will be successful in making your dreams a reality for yourself. You will be successful in achieving your goals and doing whatever you put your mind to and going after your desires, your passions, and creating a life for yourself that you have always wanted. That's amazing. That is your reading, pile 4. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you really enjoyed this reading and that it helped you and opened your eyes to things that can be helpful for you. If you did resonate with this reading and this reading did help you, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you feel comfortable enough, leave a comment on how this resonated with you. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing feedback on whether these readings help you or not, or if they resonated with you and your experiences, and just anything you are willing to share or feel called to share. I appreciate all of it. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world, and I can't wait to read for you again. Alrighty, bye.